안녕하세요. 저는 Sunny입니다. Hey guys, it's Sunny here. Welcome to part 9 of my playthrough of Best Served Cold. I know it is a Thursday at the recording of this video, and it is very unusual for me to be recording on Thursdays. So, some of y'all may or may not have known, but I have been sick, or I was sick, pretty much the majority of last week, and I was taking this week to recover and didn't really want to get back into streamy right away until I felt mostly confident enough to be able to talk so that I'm able to read all of the dialogue that's in this game, because basically none of it is voice acted. So yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry if I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot this stream. I'm like 98% recovered, so we start with a drink. Can I get you anything? I don't know. Remember what I like. Okay. So if memory serves me, Vincent was offed, and he was offed in probably one of the weirdest ways possible. So, yeah. And I have a bandage on my left thumb, so I hope that the drinks come out fine. It's quite nice. Really let down yourself. Okay, cool. Ilya exhales deeply. The drink seems to have helped her relax, but she still looks quite shaken. I was hoping the detective would be here. Has he stopped by with information? Have the police found anything? I'm afraid I haven't seen him. It's been 2 days. Where is he? Why hasn't he shown his face? Not even to offer his support or his condolences, or... Is Vincent... No. No. He's alive. I had to make several phone calls just to find out which hospital he's in. The doctors wouldn't tell me much at first, as I'm not next of kin, but Vincent doesn't have any relatives in the city to manage his affairs, so eventually they relented. A small slender blade nicked his liver. Thankfully, he was spotted by a passenger on the next tram, but he'd lost so much blood that he was unconscious by the time they brought him in. Is he alright? He's stable now, but hasn't woken up. The cold and blood loss causes oxygen levels to plummet. It may have damaged his brain. They're not sure when he'll wake up. If he'll wake up. Ilya. I just wish we knew more. Anything, really. I know there was police outside earlier investigating the crime scene. They even asked me about the basement door. Asked you? Yes. After the sensitive information I gave you earlier this year, Vincent insisted I lay low until the investigation was completed, just to make sure none of it led back to me. I took some time off from work and helped Vincent in the bookstore for a while. A very pleasant experience. He gave me his spare key so I could close up if I wanted to stay and read. After what happened, I figured I should manage the shop in his absence, keeping on top of the mail and such. It's the least I could do to return the favor. But the officer didn't tell me anything. I'm afraid it's up to you to find out who did this to Vincent. And you need to find something before the police look into his affairs, and I think we should let the police handle this. Thank you, I have faith in you. Elena Ernest is a friend of Vincent's. She's a smart lady with a history of solving such crimes. She might be able to help you too. Thanks. Good luck. Is that Peter up there? Elena Ernest takes a seat at the bar. She must be just as worried and upset as you are, but she's hiding it well. If anything, you see great determination in her eyes. Good evening, bartender. Good evening, Elena. What can I get you? Oh? Right. I suppose that is why one comes to a speakeasy. Certainly, I'll take a drink. What would you like? Something light, please, but without any soda. I'd rather something a bit more refined. Girl. Okay. Okay. She says something without soda. Alright, is there anything here that does have soda? That's weird. Okay, so she does like the Eastern Ruby. And the wake up call is also good for her. So I don't have anything that's a 6 though. Is there anything more refined than the Eastern Ruby? I don't know. Her tolerance is super high though. Again, evening prayer or the Eastern Ruby. Let's do the Ruby, I guess. About all unorthodox but effective. Now then, let's get to the real reason I'm here. How are you holding up? Quite shaken up. I'm alright. I'm keeping it together. Let's see. How about you? Oh, I'm fine, dear. Just surprised Detective Mertens hasn't yet dropped by to provide us with more information. He must be aware of what happened. Why would he leave his own partner in the dark like this? I hope there is something preventing him from making an appearance. I may have to do this on my own for now. Oh? You're determined to find out who did it then, are you? I suspected as much. Will you help me? Of course, dear. Needn't even ask. I'll do whatever it takes to see this culprit brought to justice. And there's nobody I'd rather have it by my side than you. So, where do we start? I've already been thinking about news. It's been going through my mind. Who would do such a thing to Vincent? And why? The way I see it, based on my experience with similar cases in the past, there are two real possibilities here. 1. This was a deliberate attack on Vincent by someone that wished him harm. And 2, it was a simple mugging gone awry. Let's talk about a deliberate attack first. I'll admit, Vincent has been known to express some questionable opinions at times, but never in public, and I find it rather unlikely that anyone from his inner circle would have done this. To the people of Bakobi, as with his friends, Vincent has always been a jovial, kind, and generous member of the community. I can't imagine he had many enemies, if any. It is possible someone saw him as a symbol of the old money elite, more fitting targets for someone railing against the system. Therefore, I doubt this theory holds much water. What is your theory about a mugging? Vincent was a man of means, and visibly so. He carried many valuable items on his person, and probably a significant amount of lei as well. What kind of items? His gold pocket watch and the locket with Flora's picture certainly stand out. And then there's his collar pin, cufflinks, and such. Theft is a much lighter crime than murder, but if you have nothing to lose and the victim already saw your face, a dead man can't talk. It's not the first stick-up to end this way, and I fear it won't be the last. So how do we figure out which is it? It is, sorry. We'll have to make do without a police report for now, so you can start by gathering information, see if your customers know anything. When it comes to our theory, I have a feeling Mr. Wagner in particular might know where stolen items will end up. Perhaps he could give us a lead. Good luck, dear. Thanks. Okay, that's Peter over there, ain't it? Welcome to the stack. Vincent Florin. Born in 1864 in Bakobi, patriarch Silas Tech lists Mr. Flora as a primary investor during Stack's initial development. He received one of the first prototypes, as well as a lifetime subscription to the service. Mr. Flora oversees the Flora Foundation, which has business interests in the political, administrative, and charitable spheres of Zara. According to a police report from November 1927, Mr. Flora received an official warning for his involvement in the running of an illegal speakeasy. On November 7th, he was found by a passerby, where his condition has since stabilized. Okay. Yeah. I will talk to Elena again, and I think I'm going to present her with some of the clues that I have. Alright. Let's suppose the chances are slim that your patrons might know more, or they would have come forward by now. We'll have to stay vigilant for any new developments. Always glad to come here. Too much stress clouds one's judgment, and there's nothing like a night out to help clear the mind. Okay, we'll talk to her about her personal stuff in a second. Till Hugo can tell us with certainty whether any of Vincent's belongings were stolen, we don't have much to go on. But that doesn't mean we have no options. Aware of Mr. Wagner's background, perhaps he might be able to give us a lead on where such stolen items will end up. Okay. Let's actually talk to her about her future and, I guess, the cases. So what's next for you, Elena? My plans for the future? I'm glad you don't consider me too old to still be having plans. Of course not. I'm only pulling your leg, dear. Truth be told, our cooperation on the Dragos and stone cases really got my blood flowing again. Ever since, I've been having funny thoughts. Probably unwise thoughts, but very persistent ones nonetheless. Thoughts about returning to work. As a private eye? Oh no, not that. The case that marked the end of my career, all but ensured that door is closed forever. No, talking about work as a detective, or rather a consultant. Museum heists and jewelry thefts were terribly exciting to me once, but the older I got, the more I feel like I have more to offer this world than returning the gentry's stolen baubles and missing husbands. Once again, I've come to desire a sense of power, I think she said. Protecting the vulnerable, cleaning up the streets, fighting back the encroaching darkness, that sort of thing. Maybe lucky I have you. My thoughts exactly. And even if Commissioner Aldea disagrees. In the worst case scenario, if war really is upon us, the BPD should be happy to have investigators that aren't fit young men. Now, how about you? Me? Yes, surely you're not planning on running a basement speakeasy for the rest of your days. What are your future plans? I like to keep bartending, maybe I'll become an investigator, I haven't decided yet. I don't know. Really not. It warms my heart to see the circumstances of your recruitment haven't soured you on the idea. The company needs more people like you keeping its streets safe. May things work out for the both of us, Okay. Cases. What was the most exciting case you worked on? We're talking about excitement. I think nothing could top the time I retrieved some particularly valuable blueprints of a Saran weapons manufacturer. I could tell right away we were dealing with a professional. The theft was a beautiful piece of work. This was a genius, but thankfully, so am I. I quickly figured out the blueprints were to be sold to the highest bidder on board a train traveling through the Rosarian Mountains. Through a particularly devious bit of subterfuge involving borrowed uniforms, forged documents, and a squeaky food trolley, my assistant and I managed to make our way on board and into the carriage where documents were to be sold, all to switch out the attaché case for a decoy. Job offer. Oh, hey, Mako. Hold on. Signal's not looking too great. I don't even know why, bro. Maybe I'll just block the TVs for now. And the printer. Okay. I noticed the buffering. I didn't notice the buffering. I wasn't even looking at my laptop. Hold on. Is it still buffering? Is it still buffering, Mako? Not at the moment, okay. I'll try to keep an eye more on it. I mean, I've already blocked like 3 devices. Just until I'm done streaming. It was like quick spurts. I hate this internet, bro. It wasn't long before our ruse was revealed as expected, but we came prepared. We vacated the last carriage with some cock and bull story about free champagne and hors d'oeuvres in the dining car. Once we'd made our way there, my young assistant blew the coupling and disconnected our carriage from the rest of the train before any ruffians could jump aboard. Even for them, it was much too dangerous to jump off at such speed, so they had no choice but to let us go. By the time the train came to a stop, we had long escaped. We were losing momentum fast. The train was beginning to pull away from us when I suddenly saw her standing there in the open door of the carriage. Even in the darkness, I knew she had her revolver trained on me. I saw the moonlight gleaming on the barrel. She could have taken the shot. My research confirmed she was an excellent marksman, but she didn't. It was the first time I ever saw her face. Those eyes, burning with a fierceness I can't put into words. I could still see her now. And she didn't forget me either. Your nemesis. Yes. I suppose she had the last laugh in the end. I'm always glad to come here. Oh, okay. Well, I guess there's nothing else. It's been a while. Where have you been? Yes, indeed. I decided it was about time my husband and I made another voyage over to the colonies. One of my boys was getting married, the youngest. She's a beautiful girl, a local. The wedding was a rather colorful affair that lasted multiple days and involved a lot of dancing and clear spirits. My husband needed some time to recover after it was all over. I hadn't planned on staying long, but I think spending a bit of time in warmer climates did me good. The change of scenery definitely helped. Glad to hear it. Thank you. Did keep tabs on what you were up to while I was there, you know. Oh? The Lombardo case? Don't try to tell me you weren't involved in that. I knew as soon as I read Bjorn's description in the papers. I hope you're not being too hard on yourself. I'm sure you gave it your best efforts. I had my suspicions that something wasn't right. Those murders were not what they appeared to be. But knowing that is one thing. Proving it is another matter entirely. Do you think that opening the case was a mistake? No. If there was going to be repercussions for your curiosity, you would have felt them already. Take it from me. Just be careful next time, If there's anything you learn from me, let it be that. Alright? Thanks, Elena. I get back to work. Okay. Sandra Fisher makes her way over to the bar. She looks more ragged than the last time you saw her. It's clear the past few months have not been kind, but her dark eyes are filled with sympathy as she takes a seat opposite you. Evening, Sandra. Evening, bartender. It's good to see you again. Been looking forward to a nice cocktail. What would you like? I could use something to keep me awake, but make it strong. Okay. Something to keep her awake, but something strong. Wake-up call, maybe? Kinda hard to tell. Something new, what a surprise. Maybe I'm surprised that I like it. Sandra sighs after taking a long sip and slides down comfortably on the bar stool. You look tired. Just got back in town. Home for a good long while now. I really missed it, and I have some thinking to do. Things feel so much quieter here than when I left. Like the city is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. It's eerie. And to think, before the Prohibition, this place felt like the center of the world, always bustling. Anyway, I've not come here to give you tips or advice this time. I think you've become as savvy a bartender as I ever was. I read about what happened to Mr. Floer, so I wanted to offer my condolences. He is not dead yet. That's a relief. Tough old Bert. Do you think he'll make it? I hope so. Hope you're being careful. I heard police were investigating the crime scene outside. I tried to offer you advice where I can, but I know you can't pour wisdom into someone else's head. You just offer up good ideas and see which ones they choose to pick up and carry with them. So maybe consider this my last advice to you. If there was ever a time to consider getting out of the game for your own safety, it's now. before the constabulary starts investigating Mr. Fleury's private affairs. I will see Vincent's attacker brought to justice. Detective Mertens will protect this place. I refuse to be intimidated. You're gonna do it? From behind a bar? I have my methods. You're tough, I'll give you that. Maybe that's why you're out here upholding our craft, while I'm struggling to keep my head above water. I know you'll do what it takes to see this through, so I'll put my faith in you. And if there are to be the nightcaps... These are to be the nightcaps last few weeks, well, it's a good excuse as any for a toast, wouldn't you agree? When the world's on fire, at least we can all dance in the light of the flames. To the end of days. To the end of days. Sandra locks eyes with you as she raises her glass before downing the rest of its contents. Good night, bartender, and good luck. Thank you, Sandra. Alright, now to talk to Peter. Peter Widener slumps to a seat at the bar. He stares blankly at the rows of bottles behind you. Evening, Peter? Evening. I'll just take whatever you want to make today. I don't give a damn. You sure you don't have a preference? I don't know. Guess I could use some caffeine right now. Okay. I'm surprised to see him so down, I guess. You're good. You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Thanks. You okay? Yeah, just a little tired is all. But I'm the one who should be asking that question, no? You heard about Vincent? Of course I did. I'd have dropped by earlier, but the pig sniffing around here in the morning got me a little spooked. Don't take any excuse to book me right now. Sorry to hear about the old man, though. He's a pompous old windbag, but he didn't deserve that. Thank you. I'm sure he'll be just fine. A rich guy like that probably has all the best doctors working him over. Last time I got myself stabbed, a bloke called Mork sewed me up in a phone box. Mork? Anyway, I noticed the weasel isn't around either. Be careful this place doesn't get busted, yeah? If the pigs are looking into the old man's affairs, I worry about that too. I have faith Hugo will come through for me. Maybe we should start drinking out of teacups. Plausible deniability and all that. I'm gonna call it for now. See you around. Pierre hesitates as he's getting up to leave. He turns back to you, speaking in a low voice. Oh, you better be careful, you hear? There's no time to be letting your guard down. Not for anyone. Okay. Okay. What do you mean there's still customers? There's no one else here. Peter Wagner. As no birth certificate is registered in the archives, Wagner's earliest record on file is an admittance to the St. Solomon Protectorate for Destitute Youths in 1898. A former associate of Henry King, Wagner's criminal record includes charges ranging from trespassing, petty theft, and disorderly conduct to assault and battery, unlawful possession of a firearm, racketeering, and extortion. In total, he has spent 7 years in prison. Okay. Anyone else here? No? Literally just Elena. Yeah, she doesn't. Oop. Dang it. Alright. Sorry, I didn't mean to go through that again. So Vincent's not dead. Interestingly enough. He's just basically in a coma. Alright. Crime and mugging. We don't know which one is the right one. So, go ahead and save. Day 2. Oh my god, we have so many people to talk to. Got Olivia, Killian, Clara. Killian takes a seat at the bar. He looks tired and a little distracted as his eyes glide over the menu behind you, but he flashes you a smile when you call out to him. Evening? Good evening. I read about Vincent in the paper. I figured I should drop by to offer my support. That's what people do in these situations, isn't it? I'm sure he'll be back on his feet in no time, right as rain. Thank you. Not had a drink in a while, so I thought about what I was going to order while I was walking up here. Now that I've sat down, I've completely forgotten what I decided. A lot on your mind? Yes, I suppose you could say that. Not all bad things. Actually, mostly good things. But it has been a lot. My mind usually isn't this occupied. Sounds like a cocktail is in order then. Couldn't agree more. Could use a distraction. What can I get you? You know me, something sparkly with a light rum. Okay. Okay. Something with a light rum. Well, the Liberty is his favorite. I was just trying to see if there's anything else that has rum in it. I don't think so. Weird. Alright. There you go, sir. Obviously, has such a talent for this. Even if Prohibition ends, I can't imagine drinking anywhere else again. Is that loser? What's his face? Killian. Hey, Gold. Still, things have changed a lot since the last time I was here. I'm still reeling from it. I've moved out, found work. I've even gone back to school. Congratulations, bro. Thank you. I didn't think I'd pull my socks up and give it another go, but I got there in the end. I told you about doing a little photography over the summer. Well, after what you told me, I showed Reese some of my pictures and they liked them. That's great. They said they were rough, overexposed, and amateurish, and salacious, whatever that means. But they also said I showed potential, and that meant a lot coming from them. They even asked me to take pictures of their work for their portfolio. Oh shit, I actually accidentally skipped over something. Can I see the frickin' dialogue? I doubt the photos were any good, even if Reese was nice about it. If they're going to find work in advertisement, they're going to need a much better photographer than me to be their partner. But it did make me realize something. I want to be that photographer. I would have never guessed Killian would want to be a photographer, straight up. I want to work with Reese. I want to take pictures of beautiful things and beautiful people. I want to see my pictures in galleries and magazines, so I signed up for photography classes in college. My parents weren't so happy about it. They, kicked me out, in fact. But I managed to land on my feet for now. I found a roommate, and Reese helped me to find a job to keep me afloat. That's a big step. I'm sorry they did that to you. I won't lie, it's been tough. This is the hardest I've ever had to work in my life. I don't know how people do this. Sometimes I wonder if I even have what it takes. But I guess what's done is done. All I can do now is take it one day at a time and see where it gets me. I'm proud of you, sir. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I know I had a lot of growing up to do when we first met, but you've always made me feel supported. I appreciate it. Anyway, I won't take up more of your time tonight. Thanks for the talk. I'll see you around. See you around. Hope he didn't. Oh, he actually left. Dang. Okay. Let's talk to Olivia. Olivia Carmine descends the steps into the nightcap, her long coat trailing behind her. It's been a while since you last saw her, and when her eyes meet yours, they light up. Evening. Darling, how good it is to see you. I'm sorry to hear that about your recent troubles. Despite it all, you look like you're handling everything. Oh shit, I didn't mean to oh my god. Thank you, things are going well. Recovered from the events at the Maverick? I am. Getting there. I don't like to dwell on it, but I can talk about it now without feeling overwhelmed. And I've come to accept that Stavros, though he died somewhat a villain, was not always that way. He let bitterness consume him, but he was once a good man. Any of us can fall to evil, but that also means all of us can find far greater or something. Well, I know I've taken a more active role in the church choir. Old Father Lacey isn't completely tone deaf. But having a singer of my stature willing to help the dusty old something. It's kind of you. It is. There's many things I can't do, believe it or not. But what I can do is sing, both in a choir as the leader and on the biggest stage in the world. Are you in another show? Yes, it's early days, of course. Pre-production. But I'm very much looking forward to my triumphant return. What's it about? Oh, I forget the details. Something about a network of women in show business who form some sort of sisterhood. It's all very highbrow and modern, but point is, I have the leading part, and finally my character is written by someone who understands my depth and range as a singer and actor. There's a long way to go, but I'm not in a hurry to return to the limelight. My position as the leading lady is not in jeopardy, and meanwhile I have a few other irons in the fire. Like? Well, I'm passing all my skills and knowledge to some young actors, mainly women. I have come to realize men have plenty of opportunities and mentorship in the world of show business. It's young women who are more something. Anything else? Camille and Carmine, of course. Your radio show? Precisely. We're now one of the highest radio show productions. Have you been listening? Certainly. I'm glad to hear it. But enough about me and my projects. How are you? And how is Vincent? You distracted me with your sparkling conversation. But I came here for a reason. To pass on my concern for our patron. Tell me, darling. Will he pull through? He's got a strong heart, I guess. I may visit him at the hospital. My public appearances can create a bit of unwanted hubbub, but I have a secret to help me there. Which is? Disguise, darling. What is a cunning disguise if not just a stage costume intended for subterfuge instead of glamour? I've become quite skilled at obfuscating my appearance, and I can make myself look something. Like a complete nobody with simple makeup and a nondescript outfit. Wow, really? Yes, it's quite something. I could teach you how, but I don't imagine dodging the paparazzi is much of an issue in your daily life. Oh wait, I have a better idea. What idea? Instead of making you blend in, I can help you stand out. You've helped me so much, it's the least I could do. I don't like where this is going. A makeover? Just say yes. I've learned a thing or two about costumes, jewelry, and ostentation over the years. One night, soon. Let me help you become truly fabulous. Drinks in dazzling fashion. Think about it. I'll think about it. Come now, darling. We both know I won't take no for an answer. I'm so glad we're becoming friends, and not just because you will benefit so much. I'm fond of you too. How curiously thrilling. Well, I should be going. As I've explained, I'm a busy woman, but never too busy for my favorite little basement bar. Wait, there's one more thing. Oh, should I try romance, y'all? I'm surprised that this is an option. What if he's lying? That's a good point. How about Killian? I didn't see that comment earlier. Marco's like, yes. Okay, let's try. I don't think I've tried romance with a whole lot of people. Yes, darling. I want to be more than friends. Ooh! I can chicken out? That's crazy. What, like an employee? Someone to carry my bags and book my appointments and manage my diary and bring me iced tea and lace my corset and choose my earrings and deal with my fan mail? More than that. A manager? I hardly think you're qualified for that. I have feelings for you. Oh, but of course you do. That goes without saying. Who wouldn't? Can I take you out sometime? Well, let me consider. You're easy on the eye. To me, at least. Attraction is subjective, while beauty is objective. But I don't object to how you look. Thanks. Oh, I know I blow my own horn a lot, but it's the nature of my business, darling. I'm not as shallow as I seem. I mean that. Glamour doesn't engender humility, but I'm more than a pretty face, and so are you. You've always been kind to me, patient and considerate, and I feel you've looked past my obvious qualities to glimpse a little of my true nature. I have. I mean, oh, why not? You can take me out sometime. I concede defeat. You may take my arm, buy me dinner, and even lean in for a kiss at the end of the night. Who knows? You might even get one. Can't wait. Nonetheless, wait, you must. I can't be seen with you till this business with blows over. Scandal has haunted me, but until I know you won't be locked up for running a speakeasy, our date shall have to remain on hold. I see. Come now, no need to frown. I'm confident you will prevail, you always have. But Kobe loves a survivor, and who knows, maybe one day I will too. Olivia leans in over the bar, puts her hand on your chin, and lifts your head for a soft kiss. Your head swims. She blushes in surprise. What? She actually made a move? That was sweeter than your cocktails. I didn't expect my head would spin like this. You solved this case quickly, darling. Here, I'll be waiting. Stay fabulous, darling. That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that. I don't think anyone's ever done that. Olivia blows you a kiss. Her smile is like sunshine, and even after she leaves, you feel the heat of the afterglow. God, I hope nothing happens to her. I hope nothing happens to her. Mako said, Riz, Riz, Riz. Gold said, Mako, I knew you had a crush on Olivia. Ha ha ha. Mako says, what? Crush? Olivia's best girl. That's crazy. That was quite interesting. I wasn't expecting that to happen the way it did. Clara hops into a stool. Hey, bud, good to see you. I heard about the old man. I'm sorry Vince is a top fella. He's always been kind to me, and I love this place. His place. Really hope the nightcap can stay open. Me too. Let me know if I can do anything to help, yeah? I'll keep an eye out for whoever did this to him. And for any cops that might be snooping around too. I hope the cops won't descend on this place with Vincent gone. And not just because I missed the drinks and the company. I'd miss you too. Oh, I'd miss you too. You know, I guess as long as this place is open, we better make the most of it. I agree. What are you gonna talk about? Oh my god, there's so many things! I can riz her too?! Should I just be a hoe in this game? Should I be promiscuous in this game? What sort of drink do you like? Still gotta ask a copper bullet. Let's make her a copper bullet then. And Mako and Gold, y'all are... Oh, okay. Gold is saying yes, and Mako is saying no. I don't think Clara would even like the bartender because she was all into Maria, so like that doesn't even make sense. What do you talk about? Baritsu. Of course, I'd be happy to. Baritsu has roots in fighting styles of the East and West. It's a blended art combining joint locks, strikes, throws, and holds from Shuai Jiao. I don't know what that is. Wrestling, judo, boxing, kung fu, and sabate. Kalari Payatu. Kalari Payatu? I don't know what that is. It started with sailors and unsanctioned bare-knuckled basement fights, but caught on with wealthier gents. It became a popular and secretive pastime in gentlemen's clubs and secret societies. How did you get into it? Well, I was a keen boxer at first. Had some amateur fights and did alright, but the focus on punching seemed a little limiting to me. Most real fights end up with the combatants rolling around in the dirt. I wanted to learn how to win that kind of fight. Interesting. One day I was delivering dry cleaning to a client. The head housekeeper was making me run extra chores, and I caught a glimpse of all these shirtless fellows with big mustaches kicking and spinning and grappling in the back. The fella at the reception pegged my interest, but warned me it's not for girls. But I was fascinated, of course. Instead of going back to the hotel, I hung around the back and peeked in through a gap in the shutters. While I was distracted, an old fellow sneaked up behind me. Small, quiet, still kinda imposing. He introduced himself as the Sifu, and he told me he had a secret he wanted to share. What was it? The Baritsu class opened to everyone, even those with no money. All the students had to do was show up, follow the rules, and give it their all. And from there, I was hooked. Hey, I was thinking, there's a space in the class. It's not that often that Sifu takes on a new student. You know, I'm not great with mushy stuff and feelings and all that, but you've always been a real good friend to me. You're a class act, bud. So, if you ever want to take up Barusu with me, it would be an honor. That's kind, Clara. It's a big deal, you know? I don't need to tell you. You get it. Just think about it, okay? If you ever want to join me, well, I'd love that. Thank you. What do you want to talk about? This whole Vincent BS. Sorry, all I know is what I read in the papers. I hope they catch whoever did this soon. Other thing then, I guess. Hope we didn't try to play the hero and fight off the mugger. No fancy trinket is worth getting stabbed like that. Okay, well. We move on your own. We move on now. Your debt is cleared. That's right, the debt is gone. I barely had time to catch my breath. Everything seemed to be happening so fast. The murders, the attack on Vincent, Carla getting iced, oops. I still feel like someone's going to turn up at my door looking for money. But even though I don't know Peter that well, I asked him about it and? He said, keep your head down and your mouth shut, short stuff. You're in the clear. He call you short stuff? Yeah, I don't love it. I'm not even that short. That's true. Well... So yeah, debt cleared. Probably I still need cash, so I'm still working at the hotel for now. But when the next Barusu International comes to Inglis, I'm packing up my things and getting on a boat. Any longer term plans? I don't know. All this war stuff sounds pretty bad. Maybe I'll just hunker down for a while with my buds and tough it out. Afterwards, if it really does all kick off, maybe I'll change careers. For now though, the hotel isn't the worst place to be. I've heard there's a new manager joining soon. There's even talks of changing the name again. To what? Well, at first it was Grundown Heights, then Hotel Jubilee. Now they're talking about the Grand Wachovia Hotel. Sounds ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it, but to be honest, I don't care much about how I earn my crust. As long as I got good buds to spend time with, a place to drink, and a gym to spar in, I'm pretty happy. Good for you. Hey, as the one serving me drinks, you're a big part of why I still love the city. Here's to you. Cheers. Heading home. If I'm late for work again, I'll get fired and I'll be temporarily happy but permanently bored. See ya. Alright, Peter. 2 days of Peter is crazy. What's up, Peter? It's been a rough month, huh? I'm gonna make you a drink, because we got a lot to discuss, my guy. Okay. So his favorite is the Copper Bullet, but he also has a favorite of the Cold Winter. I do want to try to get him a 3. So... But there's nothing here that's going to be strong enough for a 3. The Poison Drop is just a 2. So... Yeah, we'll just make the Copper Bullet for him. So why not? Oh, Romance Peter is crazy. I don't really know what I want to ask him. Should I romance Peter too? There are things for you nowadays. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's the pits. Breaking ties is tough. It has consequences. There's certain IOUs you have to honor, and even aside from that, I'm not exactly hireable. It's been rough. Hope you're not thinking of giving up. Of course not. What, you think I'm a quitter? He winks boyishly. I can never forgive myself if I backslide now. I face a lot worse than destitution. I've been shot, stabbed, beaten up. Hell, the priest of the protectory used to put out cigars on the back of my hand. But I've always done something. I'll get my foot in the door someday, and if not, I'll just have to become a miner or join the army or something. It can't be worse for my health than 25 years of smoking and fighting. Besides, it does help that I managed to fence Carla's fine art collection before I decide to go straight. Clever. It's been a rough month, huh? Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna, like... Okay, whatever. Maybe his mood? Do I know? I guess I have been sleeping well. Okay. I've had a guest over the past couple months now. They ran into a spot of trouble with the law and need to lay low for a bit. I still owed him for saving my hide in a shootout, so I've been sleeping on the couch. Or rather, my dog, Rudiger, has begrudgingly agreed to share his couch with me. That's kind of him. Takes after his dad, alright. Are they moving out soon? No clue. Tell you the truth, this rough spot is lasting longer than I would have thought it would. But I guess as long as they do chores and walk the dog, I can't complain too much. I don't think the cops are on their tail right now. I just worry being kind to people is going to land me in trouble in these days. And that includes you. You're calling me a bad influence? It's been a rough month. It's crazy. Let's talk about this. Stepped around his doorstep under a street light and everything. That's nasty work. Hey, he's not giving me nothing. Come on, Peter. Oh, sure. Let's consult the resident crook about all things criminal. I'm sure he's in the know. Do you really think so little of me? You're right. I'm sorry. Fine. Anyway, I've not seen any of the things you described get fenced or pawned, but that's not saying much. Anything worth their salt wouldn't go through stuff that's easy to ID, and if they did, they'd sell out. If you're mugging someone, you usually go for cash. He knows if his wallet was empty? No, we don't have any information. Afraid I can't help you then. Thanks. Should be off. Got a guest over, and leaving them alone all night will bite me in the ass. See ya. See ya, Peter. Right, let's go to the stack. Pretty sure there's been a couple names added. Oh, I was wrong. Okay. Weird. Alright, there's no one else here? Alright, let's go to the board. Every day is gonna count, so I'm gonna make it my best to try to talk to everybody about every freaking clue. So they didn't steal anything, so it's kind of pointing to it not being a mugging. Pretty sure someone had to have targeted Vincent. They probably expected him to just die from the blood loss, but since someone found him, it's kind of interesting to me that he's okay. But it's also strange to me that Hugo hasn't showed up. It's been a couple of days now, and he nowhere to be. Oh, there he is. Detective Hugo Mertens sends steps a nightcap. You see him pause at the foot of the stairs, where he adjusts his coat and takes a deep breath before walking over. When he takes a seat, you can see that he looks frazzled and exhausted, despite his best efforts to hide it. Hugo? Good evening. You alright? Yes, of course, I'm fine. Never better. Sorry for my absence. I wanted to come sooner. I imagine you've been worried. I knew you'd come through. Really? I mean, thank you, of course. I didn't forget about you in the nightcap. I'm well aware of what happened to Vincent. In fact, I've been very busy leading the case. Weren't you already leading a big case? I was. I am. That's the problem. Thankfully for us, I was still in the office wrapping up the paperwork for a subpoena when the call came in. As soon as I heard the address, it set off alarm bells. The nightcap is the last to be easy in Bakovia. If anyone from the force gets so much as a glimpse inside this basement, it's all over. I convinced Dispatch to hold off on summoning the nearest patrol, and told them I would examine the crime scene myself. I was able to pull strings with my superiors to claim the case directly. You can do that? I had to cash in some favors I was really hoping to put to use elsewhere, but yes. It's not exactly standard procedure, though, nor is it particularly good form. Vincent is a known, dare I say, beloved figure in Bakovia, attacked around his doorstep on a boulevard. As cynical as it is to say it, if he doesn't survive this and the case is reclassified as a homicide, solving it would be a serious feather in the cap of any junior detective. It would make them a hero. I see what you mean. As important as it is to protect you, I'm not making myself popular by putting this case on my own plate. Not that it was very popular to begin with. The chief of police has made it quite clear that the case will be reassigned to one of my peers if I don't get results. We won't let that happen. I won't let that happen. Glad to see you've still got fight in you. We're going to need it. I'm usually the last person to complain about caseload, but the delicate nature of my main investigation demands a tremendous amount of time and dedication. I want you at my side because I need you, but also because you deserve control over your own destiny. I wouldn't take you away from that. Take that away from you, you know? This is about your future, about your livelihood, about the life of your friend. It's only right for that to be in your hands. So what do you say, partner? Once more onto the breach? Let's do this. Try to be here as often as I can, but I admit the overtime I'm already doing is pushing me up to my limits. Elena can help. Elena? Of course she's trying to get involved. This is a police investigation. Visit is our friend. She helped you before. She's a great PI. We need her. Okay. Why do I even try saying no to you? Just hear her out at least. Fine. Call her over. So this is personal. I don't know what it is. Elena walks over as soon as she waves hello and takes a seat on the stool beside Hugo. I was wondering when you'd call on me. I figured I'd let you two catch up first. You look awful, Hugo. You know sleep isn't optional, right? How can you work in the state? Why did I let you talk me into this? Because you're wise enough to avoid letting your pride get in the way of solving a case. Spare me your condescension. You have no idea what I'm dealing with right now. Au contraire, dear. I have a perfectly good idea of what you're dealing with, which is exactly why I want to help. Besides, I'll admit the case at the Opera House awakened something inside me that had been sleeping for a long time. Retirement can wait. I feel my skills are needed once again. Evil has arrived on our doorstep, Hugo. A better time to get back in the saddle. I don't know, 40 years ago, perhaps? Hugo. Elena chuckles, seemingly undeterred by his snide comment. I understand you don't always appreciate my tone, but you know I do respect you and your work, don't you, detective? I'm not the enemy, Hugo. I'm not competition for the affections of your partner, either. I'm just a woman who wants justice for an old friend, who doesn't want to see everything he built here fall to ruin, and who believes she can help you to see this through to the end. Please listen to her. As you lock eyes with Hugo, you see his expression soften. Alright. I can't be here every day and stay on top of my workload. You'll have to be the main backup during this investigation, Elena. Can you do that? It'll be my pleasure. Very well then. Bartender? Partner? You can ask Elena whenever you're unsure of something you found. Report your findings to her as well. We can go over your final conclusions together. Understood? Good. I'll stay in the bar a bit longer in case you have questions for me, but I'll leave you for now. Good night, bartender. Hugo rises from the bar stool. He hesitates for a moment. Unexpectedly, he reaches out a hand to Elena. Though she looks stunned at first, she reaches out and shakes it with a smile. Good night, detective. So, the detective has agreed to play nice and share. I knew he'd listen to you. This is our chance to learn what the police knows. If anything was stolen, Hugo will surely know. I'll leave you to go catch up. If you learn anything new, you can report to me. Good luck. Oh my god. I forgot how much talking this game has. What's up, Hugo? We should discuss. Oh my god, there's so much. You want a drink, bro? Not supposed to, or whatever. Just give me something with coffee, please. Anything to keep me awake. Okay. Alright, he likes a wake-up call, so we'll do that. Take this lovely drink. Alright, got a bit. The crime. Anything you want to share with me? We've learned little so far, unfortunately. At first glance, it seems like a typical act of pointless violence. Hundreds just like this. Just like in Bakobi each month. But something about this feels wrong. It was over in a single strike. No fumbling, no struggle. There was nothing left at the scene. And despite occurring close to the tramway line, there were no witnesses either. The attacker acted swiftly and efficiently, and struck like a viper. Whoever they are, they were lying in wait. This was planned. Not a lot to go on. Indeed, it's going to be a frustrating investigation, I just know it. And my day was already going so well. What do you mean? I found a rather interesting piece of fan mail in my letterbox this morning. Look at this. Pulls a brown envelope out of his coat pocket. There's no inside handwritten in plain cardstock. The detective clears his throat for a dramatic effect and begins to read. Soon, you will get what's coming to you, and you'll have deserved every second of it. Get your affairs in order. Oh my god. Lovely, isn't it? It's such good penmanship. Maybe I'll hang you on the fridge. It's been a long day. So someone's threatening Hugo, too. Damn. Okay. You seem unfazed about receiving a death threat. Not popular with the worst kinds of people in the city is to be expected. For this kind of thing on duty, usually with more expletives involved, seeing it written in neat cursive hardly makes it feel more immediate, even if they went to the effort of finding my address. Made a report and moved on with my life. I have enough on my mind. This doesn't seem like the time to be flipping about this sort of thing. Vincent just got stabbed. Sure, I don't manage. He got a death threat in the mail. You're not sure? Well, I haven't actually checked. I don't have access to Vincent's mail, but it seems unlikely. So you're not worried at all. Even if I was, what would that change? Should I request police protection? I am police protection. I stay vigilant. Keep my doors locked. I'm armed. If someone decides to come for me, I'll stand a better chance than your average civilian. And if they succeed, so be it. I made a lot of sacrifices to get where I am. There's not a lot of people that would mourn me. I would. I was afraid you'd say that. Thank you. That means something. Okay. What did you say, Gold? Just to let you know, I didn't write that. That's funny. We have like 3 more things to discuss, and the 3 or 4 things that we have clue-wise. How's your other case going? Well, I'm starting to understand what salmon feel like while swimming upstream. Only they probably have less red tape to deal with along the way. Salmon? Yes. Can't discuss the details for obvious reasons, but it's a delicate matter. Fraud and misappropriation of public funds involving a high-profile individual. A public figure that's more heavily embedded in Saran politics than I realized before taking on this case. Half my work right now is trying to tease out just how many pockets this guy's hands have been in. Considering the amount of inexplicable bureaucratic hurdles I've had to jump, I suspect more than a few of my superiors are involved. Sounds rough. It is, but patience, secrecy, and delicate paperwork like this are my forte. And if I pull it off, this case could be huge. It could blow this viper's nest of corruption wide open. And if you fail, I would not only fumble the best chance I've ever had at making a real difference in this town, I would also lose my job and my reputation. Actually, it could probably end a lot worse than that, but I'm sure you get the picture. Be careful. Always am, but thanks for the concern. I'm touched. Alright, we got a lot of stuff. Would you say we've made a good team so far? What's this about? You're not feeling insecure, are you? I'd just like to know how I'm holding up in your estimations. I see. Suppose we have gone through rather a lot together. I'll admit the Dragos case was a rough start to our partnership. The pieces were all there, but they just didn't come together. I fear I tossed you in the deep end too soon. The case of the Maverick, you really humbled me. I was lost in the weeds until you swooped in. Not forgotten. The Lombardo case was a bit of a disaster, I admit. The more time passes, the more I realize we failed Bjorn. There must be something we both missed. Looking back on all of it, we've clearly had our ups and downs, but I accomplished more with you than I would have alone. I'm glad I gave this place a chance. As a team, we show potential, and we can only get better. If you're not yet sick of me, that is. Not yet. And Gold said he cares about his rep more than anything. I don't think so. I just think he's put a lot of time and effort into his career more than pretty much anything else. And he wants to make sure that the payoff in the end is that he reaches whatever high status or whatever that he wants to reach career-wise, you know? And of course, with that comes having to have a good reputation, or you should have a good reputation. He's trying not to be corrupt like everything else is, you know? Personal life, is there nobody waiting for you at home? It's a rather personal question. I just want to know you better. Seriously, we're still doing this? That's not why I'm asking. I'm gonna raise him up a little bit. Because I really like Hugo. Interested? Yes. Flushes beat red and turns away. Tommy's ready to face you again. There's a disarming sadness in those piercing blue eyes. I have come to care for you a great deal, both professionally as a friend. Aesthetically as well. I respect you deeply. I can't deny I've had an impact on my life. For the better. Don't worry, I'm gonna try to rizz up Peter too. As much as I want to reciprocate, I must warn you that it's probably a bad idea. Being a good partner is a skill I've never learned. It's easy for me to get lost, to lose track of what matters. You are better than that. It's never too late to change. You deserve to be happy. Don't worry, I wouldn't let you lose track of me. Don't you believe me that much? Maybe I should have faith in your judgment. It's never failed me so far. I know what partners for. You really are persuasive. No wonder you get such results. Suppose we already had plenty of drinks, so if you do me the honor after all this is over, how about I take you out for dinner? I'm in. I just want to see if it would actually work. The fact that he's an actual potential is insane. Because I didn't know if choosing more than one person was even possible. Feature, honestly, I've been thinking about returning to Belgium. Bakovi has never really felt like a home to me, more like a place I'm surviving. I thought I could make a difference here, but I've only become more jaded. I don't know if leaving is the solution, though. Maybe this job is making me cynical. Going to realize how many of my peers turn a blind eye to what really goes on in the city, usually for a fat payoff. I don't know if I'm fixing anything really against a system like that. Can it even be fixed? Maybe I should just walk away. Refuse to contribute further. That's hard because he's put so much work. He's put so much time and work into this frickin' city. Perhaps you're right. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. Here. We learned a little so far, unfortunately. At first glance, seems like a typical pointless act of pointless violence. Hundreds. Okay, I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, what do you mean? Oh, okay, so we already went through this. Blah, 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 blah. Mugging, solid theory, but I don't think it's correct. All the items he mentioned were accounted for, as was his wallet, which still had an absurd amount of cash in it, might I add. Only one thing was conspicuously absent. Vincent's ring of keys, including those for his home, the bar, and the shop. Someone stole his keys? I sent a junior officer to his home to check for any signs of theft. Thankfully, his residence was undisturbed. I checked the librarian myself before coming here. I didn't want to risk the safety of the nightcap by letting someone else snoop around there unsupervised. Was anything stolen? I don't know yet. I was going to ask Ilya to check the register, but perhaps you could do it? I'd rather not frighten her and you have a more delicate touch. I'm on it. So his keys were stolen. So someone may be after the bartender. Trying to justify keeping Wagner around bartender is not really working on me. It's good information. Gotta treat like a child begging to keep a stray puppy. Might borrow my rules. I'll make sure he behaves. A letter? What else do you want me to say? You seem unfazed. Not popular. Okay, so it's kind of the same stuff from earlier. Alright, last one. Right, I've already told you all I know. Alright, well, Alright, well, I'll talk to you a bit later then. Damn, should I talk to Ilya? Hello, Miss Bai. She looks worried, but greets you with a smile. Hello. You holding up okay? I'm alright, just worried. Fresh flowers. Bedside table was overflowing with cards. Hard to imagine anyone could hurt him, so beloved. It's awful seeing him like that. He's normally so animated. He's finally gotten back to his usual jolly self after the spot of trouble in spring. Can cheer you up with a drink? Fine suggestion. What are you in the mood for? I like something simple and light, with a hint of orange. Okay. Something with orange in it. Orange Daisy? But there's no orange in it. Poison drop? Probably. I want to try this one or this one. Well, let's try this one first. Pretty sure poison drop, she didn't like it, but we'll see. Novelty that we discovered transcendence. This new flavor is not quite right, but it's not bad. Okay. That was sorely needed. Sam, you're hard at work sorting out this mess. Huh? Yes, of course. Wish you the best of luck. Not that I doubt you. You're clever. I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this. I have to. The nightcap days are numbered. Sorry, I can't really offer any assistance. I don't know anything. Nor can I be around much to offer moral support these days. Getting very busy at the Tea Terrace, busier than before Prohibition. But none of that matters. I'm so happy that Maria has returned to the tea house. She's like a ray of sunshine peeking through the clouds, even when the days are getting darker. She liked the new color of the walls, but I have a sneaky suspicion I have you to thank for giving her that last push to come visit. Perhaps. No, it wasn't easy for her after what happened, but it brings a smile to my face to see her there. Especially when I see her chatting away or playing chess with her new friends. Such a resilient girl. Noticed a lot of new faces lately, too. Including, to my delight, Father Lacey's. Father Lacey at the tea house? Yeah, speaking to people and everything, or well, mostly being spoken to, but still. Now that the weekly choir rehearsals happen in the back of the room, back of the terrace, quite a few of the members of the congregation have started gathering there, socialized during the week of events, and it was a good opportunity to connect with this flock. I'm sure it does him good to get out of that dark old rectory more often, but to be entirely honest, I also believe it might do, I guess, terrace some good to feel the presence of faith. Goddess knows we can all use a bit more of that these days. Now you're always welcome there too, no matter what happens. I know what it would mean for you this place was discovered, especially without Vincent here to shield you. But I also know you won't go down without a fight, isn't that right? Yeah, I'm not quitting. I knew it. I admire your spirit. It reminds me of myself when I was younger, standing up for your community, even if it means throwing caution to the wind, not to mention the law. Just remember, we're here for you, the way you're here for us when we need a listening ear and a stiff drink. Let's get going, but I'll pray for you in the nightcap and for Vincent. May the goddess watch over us all. Night, Fang. Alright, so she's gone. Hey, Ilya. How's things? Tell me something to keep my mind occupied. Let's get you a drink. What kind of drinks do you like? So frazzled. I rather enjoy the poison drop, I believe it's called. Good to know. Let's give you a drink. She said the poison drop is what she likes. I kind of want to get her a little bit tipsy, though. She flat out said that she liked poison drop, so maybe let's just make her a poison drop. There you go. Oh my god, that's a lot of things. There's a romance for her too, bro? That's crazy. Have you been managing the shop? Yes, I'm happy to do it. I couldn't focus on my work at Silas Tech right now, even if I wanted to. Mine's too preoccupied for the level of care and attention my work requires. I would only make mistakes and let myself down and the clients, I suppose. Have you been enjoying it? Surprisingly, yes. No saleswoman, nor am I as socially adept as Vincent is, but I've enjoyed getting to share my knowledge and recommendations with readers of all ages and backgrounds. I also like to stay after closing and thumb through the old journals and photo albums Vincent keeps in the back. He must have hundreds, many collected from auctions, sales, and antique shops across Bakobi. One man's effort to preserve the aura of his youth in whatever way he can. It's a treasure trove. That's the only way I can describe it. And until Vincent returns, I'll be its guardian. He'll appreciate that. I don't really care about her hobbies, not gonna lie. What do you do to take your mind off things? Do you have plans for the future? I gotta show you this stuff. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to bring the mood down, but let's talk. It's bad news. The culprit must have realized the cash register library was a bigger prize than the contents in Vincent's wallet. And was there any money stolen? No, but that's not saying much. The crime must have drawn too much attention for them to grab the cash. After that point, I was there during the day, and you during the night. They might still be biding their time. I should go empty the register later. Sadly, I don't think I can have the locks changed without proof of ownership. Good idea. Dang. That sucks. That also puts her at risk, to be frank. He observes the envelope and its contents closely, running her fingers over the texture of the paper. Her eyes narrow as she examined the loops and curves of the handwriting. You know who wrote this? Oh no, not at all. Sorry. But this is what detectives always do when they're examining evidence in the novels I read, so I figured I'd give it a try and see if something comes to me. And did something come to you? Yes, as a matter of fact, it did. I should go. Girl! You can't just leave? The fuck? Colorful clientele you meet here certainly comes in handy. Makes sense when you think about it. I don't imagine the owner of a pawn shop will lie to the police to protect a petty thief. Too bad it doesn't tell us much more. Seems like we're back to square one. We'll find something soon, don't worry. Going home is late and I'm tired. Okay. What'd you say? Everyone wants to help, but Peter. Evening, love. Oh! Peter! See, he said that to me. Still gotta ask. Just a question. Tell me coffee, but not too sweet. Alright, I'll show you this stuff. I don't know, Gold. You may be onto something. I think I'm starting to like Peter a lot too. Peter, you're making me jelly. I mean, the fact that he was like, hello, love. I didn't even do the romance thing yet. Told you all I know. I'll keep you in the loop if anything turns up, but I rather doubt it will. Thank you. Stealing keys? It's unusual, but not unheard of. You better tell that waif running the shop to start emptying the cash drawer. She should change the locks, too. I don't think she can do it without proof of ownership. Right, Do know a lad that's a locksmith, or well, he's a jewel thief, actually, but same difference. He might be in the clink, though. Thanks anyway. Not getting riled up over a bit of fan mail, are you? Look at it, it's cursive. I'm sure whoever penned this is all bark and no bite. Hope so. Your name? Huh? What? Your last name is Armenian, right? Oh, huh. Never thought about it. Guess it is, huh? Nah, my family isn't from there. I don't think. Then where did the name come from? Damn, Squirt. If I keep answering questions like this, I'm gonna lose all my mystery. I gotta keep some secrets to stay interesting. Come on, please. Fine. Truth be told, I was never given a surname, so I just picked one. Named myself after some bloke I was really into as a teenager. Happy now? Wilfred Wagner, the gentleman spy from the books. Leon Widener, the wrestler. James Widener, the poet. I don't know. That's a good one. I've got to write that down. Anyway, enough questions. And no, I'm not going to tell you how I got the scar. Darn. Should be off. I've got a guest over. Ah! Damn it, Peter. Hello, Elena. Got some stuff to talk about, yeah? Dead-eyed, it seems. Still glad Wagner told you the truth rather than letting us chase our tails visiting every pawn shop in Bakovi. At least we ruled out an unsavvy thief. Glad you're staying optimistic. Hopefully Hugo will be able to tell us if any money in Vincent's wallet was stolen. Okay, well, he said there isn't. Also, he's been threatened, by the way. How can you be so cavalier about these things? I'll never understand. Did you ever receive letters like this? Only once or twice, mostly from freshly divorced adulterers, whose downfall I helped set into motion. Bakovi was very different during my time in the force, and people's opinion of me shifted when I went private. I was no longer a part of the machine, but an independent to call on in times of need. Most nasty letters I got were your usual fare. People telling me a woman has no business being a detective. It's awful. Well, I've got thick skin, and many years of successfully proving them wrong has stilled my ego. In any case, I would not take this sort of threat lightly if I were Hugo. I wonder if he was the only one to receive it. The girl Ilya might know. Well, she seemed kind of shocked, actually. Vincent's a wealthy man. The culprit must have realized there were more valuables to steal from his home. Unless it wasn't his home they were interested in. Stay vigilant, bartender. Report anything suspicious that happens here to Hugo or I. Understood. Guess I gotta talk to Hugo now. What's up, Hugo? Bye, Hugo. I thought there was going to be more to say. Let's check the stack machine since I've talked to some people. Pretty sure. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure something should be added by now, but I was wrong. Alright, kind of done. Oh, Ilya. As you're sweeping the floors and giving the bar top a last wipe, Ilya reappears at the top of the stairs. She walks up to you excitedly, brandishing a small envelope. You found something? I have. I had a theory, so I decided to test it, and it seems I was correct. As you open the letter, your eyes immediately fall on the eerily familiar handwriting. Soon you'll get what's coming to you, and you'll have deserved every second of it. Get your affairs in order. Where did you find this? On the desk in Vincent's office. When I first entered the store after the attack, I noticed there was already a pile of letters under the mail slot. Vincent kept a tray for unread correspondence, so I figured I could tidy that a little. I quickly sorted through them before I filed them away, collecting the cards and well wishes and ensuring important matters were handled, including some bills from your suppliers, let's say. So Vincent got one of these as well. It seems so. Although, considering it was unopened, I don't think he actually read it before, well, you know. For a man who receives that much mail, he could use a filing system. Threats on your life really ought to be on top of the pile. Agreed. I hope this will help you complete more of the puzzle, bartender. Thank you. That's crazy, though. He got the same letter, yo. That's weird. Very weird. So some douche nugget is sending letters to people. So far it's been Hugo and... what's his name? Hugo and Vincent. Regards, the culprit. Both Hugo's home and Liberia received threatening letters. Is there something that links Hugo and Vincent together? I really hope they're not like father and son, bro. I know that's kind of wild to just think of on the spot, but that's the only thing that came to my mind. But also maybe because Vincent and Hugo knew about the speakeasy. Like, obviously Vincent running the speakeasy and Hugo just not doing anything to stop it. So maybe the person feels like entitled. Or they're just kind of upset, maybe? I don't know. Also, I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming. It's only been almost an hour and a half. Again, this is more personal than anything. I mean, most of these cases usually are, to be frank. So whoever it is stole the keys? I'm quite surprised. There we go. Quite surprised that, someone's gone this far. Also, let me drink some water. Sorry, y'all. I just want to make sure I'm staying hydrated. This game has a lot of talking. And they're like, don't trust anyone, which makes me really weary. Alright, 4th day. So he walks in. What if it's the old bar? It's Wendy! Sorry. Look, it's freaking Wendy, y'all. What if it's the old bartender? I hope not, bro. Reese Kennerid steps gingerly down the stairs and has a seat on the stool opposite you. They stare at you in silence, waiting for you to greet them. Good evening. It is indeed a good evening, I mean. What I read in the papers this morning will lead me to believe otherwise. Excuse me. You heard about Vincent? Naturally, so I'm here. I don't imagine my presence is much of a balm in your time of trial and torment, but your establishment did provide me great solace in my time of need. Coming to visit seemed like the right thing to do. Thank you, that's kind. I won't deny it is usually my color of choice, but in this case, I hope I won't have to dress in black anytime soon. My wishes go out to Mr. Floyer. No, I will admit, I did not merely come here tonight to express my sympathies. Else, I could have probably written you a thoughtful card instead. Perhaps with some kitschy illustration of a baby animal on it. Being once again employed has not made my days any less busy. Far from it, in fact. I have a long week ahead, and I would rather not go into it alone or sober. Seems like a drink is in order. I concur. Any preference? See, my usual favor is off the menu, so I'll have that drink Killian told me to try. He knows what I like. It's dark and sweet with a hint of bitterness and zest. Bruh. Something that's bitter? He said bitter with zest. I would think zest would be like orange or lime. I mean, lime would be bitter, right? Shit, I don't know. I don't drink alcohol, y'all, so sorry. Feel like... Alright, so it's not the any of these, for sure. Maybe the poison drop? Question mark? I really hope it's not the old bartender, because... I don't know. I would be very upset if it is the old bartender, though. Unusual, but I have a taste for that. It's been a pleasure seeing you again. I do hope this unfortunate situation will attract undue attention from law enforcement. In times like these, one needs a place like this to take one's mind off things. Now I will leave you and enjoy my evening. Rest assured I will return. Alright, see ya. Ah! What the hell, Maria? Hurries over to the bar. As soon as she steps to the nightcap, a newspaper tucked under her arm. Despite the worried look on her face, Maria looks healthier than the last you saw her. She even has a slight tan, indicating she spent some much-needed time outdoors. Evening. Hey again. Are you alright? I'm alright, all things considered. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry I didn't come sooner. I've been out of the country for a while. I just saw this. Maria unfolds the newspaper. Vincent's face stares back at you from the front page. Beloved Kobe bookseller brutalized on Boulevard. On Monday evening around 10:30 p.m., 57-year-old Vincent Fleur, a lifetime resident of Bacobi and beloved member of the community, was brutally attacked just outside of his bookstore, Libraria, on the Bacobi Boulevard. Mr. Fleur was found by a passenger on the Circle line and brought to the Royal Hospital in critical condition. In a statement to the press, Detective Hugo Mertens of the Bacobi Police Department, who was leading the case, confirmed that the attack had been a stabbing, but that no suspect had been apprehended thus far. The news of Fleur's attack sent ripples through the local community, where he was known for his philanthropy as much for his bookshop, which has been a cornerstone of the boulevard for many decades. Although Mr. Fleur's condition is now stable, it remains unclear whether or not he will make a full recovery, considering his age and the severity of the blood loss. The police urges people to come forward with any information regarding the crime. I couldn't believe my eyes. I came here as soon as I was able to. Is this really all true? Afraid so. Goodness, who would do such a thing to poor Vincent? I really hope you and the detective find whoever did it. Doing my best. I have no doubt of that. I know he's your friend. I think I'll go and visit him in the hospital tomorrow. I don't have much to do during the day anyway. You don't have to work? Oh no, there was a fire at the tailor shop I work at. Again. A really big one this time. Safe to say, I'm looking for other prospects. I won't bore you with the details. I still have a suitcase to unpack at home, so I should get going. But I'll be back. Coming here for a drink from time to time will do me good. Good night. Night. My god. I'm tired of getting bombarded. But y'all, Wendy's back! What the F? I mean, it would make sense for the keys to be stolen. I don't know, because I don't know what... My thing is, right? Even if it is the old bartender, what would stabbing Vincent, not killing him, and taking his keys do? Like, yeah, the last bartender was arrested, but like, my retirement. My apologies, Mrs. Ernest. I realize the speakeasy is not the kind of place where you want to be recognized. If it helps, I certainly didn't realize it was you the first time I saw you. But I've been a big fan of your work since reading about the theft of the Connu Noel diamonds in the papers when I was little. Naturally, I was a bit starstruck. Yes, certainly one of my more high-profile cases. The article came with a rather flattering photo of me as well, if I remember. Huh. Also, get out of my stream. It's no trouble at all. I'm glad to be recognized for something as worthy as that, rather than my more recent banal cases with wandering husbands and such. Of course, you're one of the greatest private eyes Bacobi has ever known. Truth be told, I only disturbed your evening because I know about the work you did before that with the police. I'd hate for our poor bartender to get in trouble with the law. Especially what just happened to Mr. Fleur just outside. Ah, yes, of course, don't you worry. You have nothing to fear from me. Rather fond of our bartender, too. Vincent is a dear friend, so I'm very much invested in seeing the situation resolved. I won't rest till he is vindicated. I'm sure it will get sorted if you are on the case, Mrs. Ernest. Let me know if I can help. That's sweet of you to say. You seem quite protective of the bartender. Are you friends? Oh, I'm not sure, but I care about them. I could tell they were still a little wet behind the ears when I first came here, so I showed them some tips and tricks of my days as a bartender. Most of those I had to learn the hard way myself. It's nice to pass on some of my knowledge. I have no kids to teach. I can barely afford to feed my cat. Our bartender has many mentors, but I think we can all learn a thing or two from how they talk to people, how they listen, and how they read between the lines. You're right. They have managed to talk their way out of trouble more than once. Indeed. But remember, Sandra, the best stories always start with trouble. What an odd thing to say. It's frickin' Wendy, bro. The witch we didn't frickin'... The bitch that I didn't convict. What do you want, Wendy? It's gonna be back. Believe it or not, I've come to miss this little hole. Touched. You should be. I'm sure you know by now how much it takes to earn my patronage. What, the patronage of a farm girl? No idea what you're referring to. I haven't forgotten, you know. There's no way to speak to someone in my position. After all, you're speaking to Lady Brooker Falkenbach, Baroness of Lebestrom. What? She a predatory smile, all teeth, it's her victory lap. Oh yes, it's been a while since we last spoken. I met the most wonderful man while traveling abroad. A baron with no shortage of land and remarkably well preserved for his age. It was love at first sight. For him or just his bank account? Oh, I've missed this. I knew you wouldn't disappoint. Wealth does fabulous things for a man's complexion and vigor. Many rich men are deeply attractive because of this. Alas, tragedy did strike, as it so often does. It seems I'm haunted by bad luck wherever I go. Poor Frederick tripped over a bottle of wine and stumbled off the 8th floor balcony of our luxury hotel suite in Gyro, not long into our honeymoon. Of course he did. Yes, truly, I was inconsolable. Couldn't stand wearing the wedding band anymore. It was too painful, a reminder of the love I'd so cruelly lost. I sold it. You killed him, didn't you? Come now, how uncouth of you to say such things. Me, a killer? Ridiculous. Besides, I'd argue gravity did the hard work. Why did you come back here? Why? To say goodbye, of course, seeing you're such good friends and all. I'm serious. Truth be told, I have some things left to wrap up here in Bakobi, and a big decision left to make. And if you ask me, no good decision has ever been made sober. Drink, then. Something strong enough to make me see the goddess, but only briefly. Specific enough? I do not like this lady. I'm for real, y'all. I hate this bitch. Isn't she the one who killed Elena? I can't even think of something clever to say. Then I'll take my leave. Wendy's gonna make a fast food company. I can't stand Wendy, bro. What the fuck is she doing here? For real. Hey, Ilya. We're not gonna try to rizz up Ilya. We're gonna make her a drink, though. Here. Take a Easter Ruby today. Let's show her some of these clothes. Are you looking into this, but I'm afraid I've already told you all I know. I haven't known Vincent long, but I can't imagine he had any dealings with the detective aside from their understanding about the nightcap. They don't seem fond of one another. But I'm afraid I'm not seeing the bigger picture here. Surely you have more ties with Hugo than Vincent ever did, unless something happened at the bar. That's a good question. I don't know what facts I have for you. Okay. What do you have for the future? What plans do you have? Times like these, it seems unwise to make plans. Who knows what the world will look like in this time next year? What would you like to do? I still haven't seen as much of the world as I'd like. Not enough to know where I want to settle. Vincent told me he would take me out traveling. It didn't really sound like a question. He said there's, quote, a lot he wants to show me, end quote. If you ask me, I think there's a lot he's always wanted to see, but never had the chance to. Not before his wife became ill, at least, and certainly not after. He'd done a good job at convincing himself. He's too old for it now. So I'm more than happy to be his excuse to finally get out the door. It'll be good for him. And after that, who knows? Perhaps I'll return to Bakobi. Perhaps a small, nice town. A nice small town will catch my eye. Perhaps I'll buy a cottage with a personal library and 10 cats. Who's to say? The world is your oyster. Going home is late. Sandra. Evening. So hope it's not the silence for the storm. I think I'll stick around for a while. What kind of drinks you like? Anything with coffee? Perhaps something strong. Okay, let's make you a drink then. So make a call it is. So it'll be a fine piece of craftsmanship. Not that I expect anything less. Alright. We got a lot to discuss. Do you know Vincent? Of course I do. I've lived in Bacovi my whole life. I bought my books at libraries since I was a little girl. I always loved coming here and browsing the shelves, smelling the pages on the old books. My mother let me come and pick out a book for my birthday every year before she got sick. I always looked forward to it. By the time I was a teenager, I'd often go there and nestle away in the corner in the back, behind the shelf of encyclopedias where I'd read the reference books. Looking back, I obviously wasn't as stealthy as I thought. Vincent must have known all along, but he decided not to say anything. Maybe he didn't want to interrupt me. There's a mix of sadness and nostalgia in her eyes, seemingly lost in the memories, but then she collects herself, and the spell is broken. Sorry about what happened to him. These streets feel strangely quiet. Okay. What'd you say, Gold? Too bad a light detector isn't a thing. Sometimes those are not accurate, though. Plans for the future? How'd you first get into bartending? Oh, that's an interesting question. I understand your curiosity. It's a strange career path for anyone. Tell me about it. Started slinging drinks in my teens, mainly for money to muck around with my friends. I grew up dirt poor, so if I wanted to drink or go to the pictograms, I had to earn the money for it myself. The place was a little rough. A lot of fighting, a lot of leering old men, but I learned a lot, including how to wrangle angry drunks. The barkeep, Natalie, realized I was more savvy than your average teenager and taught me the ropes. He even let me take over from him from time to time. He could only teach me so much, though. He was hardly an artist with the shaker himself, but I managed to save up enough lei to purchase my own copy of the Bartender's Guide from Mr. Fleur. I figured if I worked hard, I could someday make a career out of it. I'd be surrounded by all this glitz and glamour, mixing fancy cocktails for vapid idiots in tuxedos and opera gloves. It's not all it's cracked up to be. You're right. You started at Grandin Heights, didn't you? Sorry, Hotel Jubilee. I imagine it was more wine, champagne, and orange juice than actual cocktails. Yeah, the tips were terrible, too. Well, I suppose the grass is always greener on the other side. By the time Prohibition hit, I was doing the same thing you are now. My own place, my own rules, I miss it. But seeing you behind that bar does a lot to ease the pain. You're always welcome, Sandra. You received any, kinda don't really want to show her this. Huh? This customer, why are you asking me about this? Do this to all your patrons? Not all. Interesting, you got a funny way of making conversation? What an odd thing to say. Sounds dangerous. I hope you're being careful. Should go. Okay. Elena, I'm not making you a drink because you need to be sober. Some minutes ago, I got a letter as well. That's worrisome. Try combining these two, see if we can learn something. We ain't learned Come now, dear, I'm not surprised Hugo couldn't see the obvious, but I figured you could. What do you mean? The envelope doesn't have a name on it. You're only making an assumption. The assumption that Vincent was the intended recipient because of the attack. But think a little harder. Nightcap doesn't have its own mailbox. Exactly. Seems rather more likely to me that you, Hugo's partner, were the one to draw a killer's ire. What? Did you not realize that last investigation would draw unwanted attention? Honestly, dear, if I'd been around at that time, I would have urged you to try more carefully. Bjorn needed us. Yes, of course. That sense of justice is exactly why I hold such faith in you both. That puts you in a fine pickle now, hasn't it? If my theory is correct, the culprit must not know what you actually look like, or at the very least, they didn't at the time of Vincent's attack. But it's only a matter of time until they figure it out. Promise me you'll be careful. I'll promise. Always glad to come here. Too much stress. Okay. So that's a huge issue. Only time to whether my theory holds water, but it doesn't hurt to stay vigilant. Okay, well, thanks, I guess. So someone's after Hugo and the current bartender. think that's it, because no one else is here. Yeah, I don't like where this is going, not gonna lie. It's ginger ale. I wish I could pet the cat. Alright, the 5th day. You step into the nightcap, ready to begin preparing the bar for the evening before any customers arrive. Just as you're about to start slicing fruit, something draws your attention. A glint. A small, ornate cigarette box sits in front of you on the bar, right in the middle. You could swear this wasn't there when you closed up the shop the night before, and yet it sits here all the same. It sits there all the same, defiantly. The case feels cool to the touch as you pick it up and trace the ornate floral details with your fingertips. You're certain you've never seen this before. So, who left it here? Honestly, it might be, Bro Man from the first case. The dude who got away. Because he's also someone we haven't seen. Good evening, bartender. Hello. What a month it's been. I feel like put me through the ringer a few times. I don't care. Not gonna lie. How things between you and your parents? What are you up to? What are you doing for a living? Let's give you a drink. He does not have a high tolerance today, so give him the liberty. Put him in a good mood. Okay. You recognize this, my guy? I wouldn't know anything about it. Sorry, I'm not much of a smoker. Okay. You think whoever attacked Vincent was actually after you? How strange. I know, we couldn't be more different. You're being careful, right? This is the only bar left in all of Okobi. I'll be careful. They stole their keys, though. Who steals the keys to a bookshop? Doesn't this person know libraries exist? It's actually taught to him. I don't really care about his stuff, but let's go ahead and ask anyway. How have things been between you and your parents? Suppose things could be better. We've had our ups and downs over the years, although this is probably the most down they've ever been. My parents have sort of cut me off, you see. Sort of? Let's just say I won't be getting my inheritance anytime soon. It was what I expected, sadly. I know they would disapprove of my decision. In a way, it's kind of freeing to have it over with. They don't like you going back to school? Oh, they would be overjoyed if I'd returned to college to become a banker or a surgeon or something, but pursuing a creative hobby? That did not go over well. Mother seems convinced I've decided to become more good-for-nothing bohemian just to spite her. That it's just another rebellious phase. Sorry, that's not fair. It's alright, really. It's not like I've always been the best son either. I'm sure you weren't that bad. Things were fine when I was little, but it became clear I wasn't taking after my parents when I dropped out of medical school. They were angry at first, of course, but it was the disappointment that came after that hurt so much more. I did some stupid things then. Stupid even for me. I stole things, I did things I shouldn't, went places I shouldn't. Just being rebellious for the sake of it, I guess. Probably cost me what little trust they had in me. Just wanted Mother to yell at me for something I did. Something I was. Part of me hopes I can make my own success and prove them wrong someday. Is that foolish to think? Not at all. You shouldn't make them swallow their words. You shouldn't care so much about the opinions of others. Probably right. Perhaps it's time I move on from trying to gain their approval. Thank you. I'm glad you have my back. Okay. Update. So what are you up to now? Moving? Where are you living now? Yeah, let's ask him. I'm in a dorm just off my college campus here in the city. The guy I go to class with was looking to share a room to cut costs, which worked out well for me. This is the poorest I've ever been. Never really had to share before, but it's surprisingly pleasant. And my roommate is really well hip. There's no other word for it. Adrian's into politics and philosophy and all sorts of arts, not just photography. Very anti-war, a very free-thinking realist. What the hell does that say? Wait, I'm trying to... Hello? I'm trying to read the... Cramped, huh? Adrian has been very accommodating, but you never realize how much stuff you have until you have to somehow squeeze it into half a bedroom. Why ever buy clothes press or a typewriter or a birdcage? I don't even know. It was easier to sort through it all once I realized how little I really cared about most of it. It was painful to leave behind my clawfoot tub, chaise lounge, and floor-length mirror. They're sorely missed. Goodness, even when I'm no longer living with my mother, I can still hear her yelling at me to go to bed. I should probably listen. Chat soon, bartender. Can I, actually... Okay, well, we missed out on a lot of that dialogue. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know why the autoplay works sometimes and other times it doesn't. I don't get what causes it to work and what doesn't. Father Lacey steps into the room and takes a breath, eyes closed, before he gathers himself and walks up to the bar. Evening, bartender. I've come to offer my condolences. He's not dead. He's got a big heart, and the goddess shows favor to those who care for their community. He's done a lot for Kobe, all of us. I should pray for him. Thanks, so will I. Very good. End of the day, it's all we can do. Time for a drink, then? His posture stiffens. You watch him think for a while before finally speaking out. No thank you. I think I'll pass tonight. Finally starting to feel the benefits of drinking less often, rather than just the trembling and the headaches. I'm even getting used to the flavor of juices and teas, and the reduced nausea the following morning is a definite boon. You're actually quitting? A peculiar question for a bartender to ask. Who benefits more from my drinking than you? Just asking. You were a regular customer. I have bills to pay. I asked because I care about you. Yes, of course. Forgive me if I'm a little snippy. This. My temper has been somewhat shorter, but my overall clarity and focus has thankfully improved. Happy for you. Proud of you. Thank you. Appreciate your support. How tiresome it is that good advice is always so frightfully dull and obvious. I stopped partaking of the depressant and I became less depressed, somewhat. What made you cut back? It was Fang Bai's doing. She inquired after my well-being with such genuine, pure concern that I could not help but be moved by her kindness. She said it simply and plainly. Said what? John, you drink too much. She had a point. Yes, it was what I needed to hear, but it was not all she said. She also told me I had to be kinder to myself. She said I had to extend the same grace to myself that I do to my congregation. Will you? I am trying. In my head, I can hear Father telling me how weak I must seem right now. I used to make that voice recede by drowning it out with wine. And now? Now I just remember he was an old fool with not a single friend as decent as Miss Bai, or Vincent, or Olivia even. And he was a terrible choir conductor. Meanwhile, I am passable. You have a choir? Of course. Every congregation should have one. Our attendance was poor until Fang offered us the Tea Terrace as a practice space. Turns out that if you invite singers to a warm place without droughts or rats, and which has complimentary tea, they are far more willing to set time aside to praise the goddess with their well-being. Other than the choir, what have you been up to? Well, after I broke the seal of confession earlier this year, I took a brief trip back to visit the Proctor Haraldson at the Northern Priory for spiritual guidance. Who's he? He offers realignment for priests who feel that connection with the goddess has faltered. His role is pastoral for priests, but also disciplinary if need be. And for you? He has said I had no atonement to make. I remember his words well. What were they? You were frightened, John. You did what you had to. That's fair. Yes, well, he was much less hard on me than I am on myself, and the Pater invited me to return to him once a month for further guidance and support. I plan to take him up on that. With the support of my friends, I'm trying to be kinder to myself. On some days, I succeed. Good. It's been a struggle, but I've had a lot of support from my friends, including, well, you. Glad I could be of help. It's been diverting. Conversing with a clearer head is a pleasant experience. I don't think I will see you here often, but I hope you will come to church, or at least speak with me when we pass in the street. You've done good things for this community. I will not forget that. Good luck, both with your business here and with your future plans. Thank you. Alright. Peter! Evening, love. Evening, love. I don't want to threaten him. The fuck? Weird. So many things I gotta ask his dumb... There's not a lot of drinks. I give him 3-ish. Alright, hey, letter is meant for me, you know. Damn, these are sent by the same bloke. You little beagle might still have it coming. Thanks, Peter. Real useful. What do you want me to say? I'm sure he'll be fine, love. Don't you worry. Any idea why someone would target Hugo and Vincent? Sorry, I haven't the foggiest. I think whoever stuck him was nice enough to send heads up in the mail. It's a little theatrical, isn't it? Not saying it's a coincidence, are you? Probably not, but who knows? He could have been getting threats for a while, considering his wealth and his opinions on foreigners. I'm sure the guy has rubbed more than a few people the wrong way. You recognize this? Could be a forgotten trinket, but if it isn't, that's a warning if I've ever seen one. Any idea who this might belong to? It does look vaguely familiar, but then I spend a lot of time around smokers, I really couldn't say. Damn it, Peter. Well, Bat's got a point. If someone was gunning for you. Hope they don't find out Vincent wasn't their target. Did you already know about this? What? What are you talking about? He told me to watch my back days ago. Oh, that. That was just general advice. Curiosity killed the cat, you know? And you're nothing if not nosy. I'm not buying it. You know something, don't you? Damn it, Squirt. Don't make me regret looking out for you. That may as well have been a yes, but Peter seems unwilling to tell you more. Alcohol might lower his guard. I should be off. Gotta get sober. Okay. So Peter does know who could potentially be after me. Okay. Alright, Sandra. I need to make you a drink. I just kind of picked. I didn't even like look at what her meter was or anything. Okay. I have to show you basically everything. You recognize this? Sounds dangerous. I hope you're being careful. What the heck? What the hell? Is that just gonna be her response for everything? As a customer, why are you asking me? Conversation. Useless. It's always weird to me when people like have those types of reactions. Hey, Elena. We got a problem. There's no chance this was a mere forgotten trinket. It's a sign. I think we both know who it might be from. Our culprit is sending a message. But how did they access the nightcap without your presence? If you have any evidence that the culprit might have been capable of that, it's time to put the pieces together. I did, Bit. They have the keys. So weird. Weird. Still nothing new with the stack machine, weirdly enough. Still didn't learn anything new either. Alright, well. Alright. We do have the trinket case now. Well, we know this has to belong to whoever. Oh, I didn't think that was going to connect, but okay. The culprit's gift. The cigarette case might have been left by the culprit, who has access to the bar after stealing Vincent's keys. Should this mean something to me? I don't know. I really don't know. It makes me think of the first guy, like the one who was possessive of Alina, who offed the first girl. I forgot her name. I hate that I forgot her name. Because I think that's how we figured out it was him, because of the how fancy the case was for his lighter or whatever. All right. The next day. Day 6. Oh my god, we got a full bar today. Lucas shuffles up to the bar and has a seat. It's been a few months, but you can tell right away that he's much more subdued than before. Evening, Lucas. Evening. Feels strange being here again. There's something warm and comforting about it, but it also stings. Could I have something to drink for old time's sake? What kind of flavor you like? Anything with coffee will do. Alright. I felt bad for Lucas, simply because of the fact that we couldn't free Bjorn. Sucks. You're a real maestro, you know that? Thanks, I really needed that. How are you doing? It's certainly been better, but meeting Bjorn's family helped a bit. They're lovely people. I wish we could have met under different circumstances. They came here? Yes, I paid for their travel so they could visit Bjorn. I spent some time with his mother in Scotia after that. No, Bjorn supported them financially, so I decided to help in his stead. I want to make sure they're alright now that he's, well, you know, you shouldn't have to worry about that. It's kind of you. It's the right thing to do. I'm slowly starting to figure out a new routine now that I'm home and back at work. That helps calms my nerves too. I can visit Bjorn twice a month, so I'm trying to keep myself busy between those times. Trying to experience new things, so I have something to tell him about. Read new books. Start going out for some bird watching now and then when I get the chance. I don't really have Bjorn's eye for it, but it makes me feel close to him in a way. And I think he likes the pictures I take. It makes him sad when I'm sad. So, even though my heart breaks every time I step through those doors and see him there looking so small, I have to put on a brave face. I have to be the highlight of his week. I can cry all I want when I get home. I'm sorry. It's alright. At least I can still see him. It could have been him in that furnace. I'm grateful for what we still have. I know you did your very best for us. You tried when nobody else would have. And I'll never forget that, and neither will Bjorn. Anyway, I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I came here to check on you, bartender. How are you? And how's Ginger Ale? We're both fine. Heard about poor Vincent. Can't believe someone would do that to him. No, he's not always been the nicest to Bjorn, but he didn't deserve that. Hope he'll be back on his feet before long. You'll catch whoever did it, bartender, I'm sure of that. Thank you, I'm sure I will. I should go. But it's been nice seeing you again. Take care, okay? You too. My god, the bar is filled today! Oh, wait. Peter and Hugo? Talking? Let's listen. Mr. Wagner, come to brighten my evening, I'm sure. You've got some gall showing your face here week after week, pig. Interesting. I was about to say the same thing to you before you cut me off, great minds. You little... I'll cut off something else if you don't watch it. I don't know where you get off talking back to me like this, especially after the way I mopped the floor with you last time. Last time? I'm not in the mood with you, Wagner. Don't you have trouble to get into someplace else? I'm not a constable anymore. Unless you decided to bump someone off, it's no longer my business to babysit you. I think we both know wet work is not your style, so just leave me to my drink, okay? Wait, so they know each other? On a different level? Oh, you want me to leave? That's rich. This is a speakeasy. It's a place where people like me come to relax. We don't need more pigs like you sniffing around, putting people on edge. Can we cut this bullshit already? People like me and my ass. I know you were threatening the bartender for Carla just a few months ago. The only reason you're still here is because they allowed you to stay. That goes for the both of us. I fought tooth and nail to keep the rest of the pigs out of here, and I'll continue to do so despite your hostility, because the bartender is my friend, so get off my back. Peter's anger seems to cool. You see him crack a smile as he leans back in the chair, taking a swig of Hugo's drink. Look at you, whole new man, with a backbone and everything. Oh, spare me, Peter. I'm too tired to deal with your pithy comments tonight. You're no fun like this, Blue. I'm sure it's a wild concept to a hedonist like you, but my life isn't really about fun. It's about doing my job. There's scarier things out there than you, Peter. I know we both want to keep this place up and running. I could really use you in my corner right about now. What, you're asking me for help? I wasn't even done yelling at you yet. It always has to be a dance with you, doesn't it? Trust me, I know your record back to front. We've had our differences, but you're the only guy in this bar I trust to keep an eye on the bartender. Hell, you'd probably even be more competent at it than me. Man, you're gonna take the fun out of ribbing on you with that kind of pathetic sincerity. You're not drunk enough to be getting this sentimental on me, Blue. I'll keep an eye out, alright. What do you think I've been doing? Zero survival instinct to that one. Not unlike you. Hey, what's the matter with you anyway? You look like a wet rag hung out to dry. That's how I feel too. Seems you need this more than I do then. Cheers. Cheers. Peter hands back the glass, watching as Hugo takes it and downs the rest. You're not so bad, Hugo. I still trust you about as far as I could throw you, but considering this place is still open, I guess you're less of an annoying little stickler than you used to be. Besides, I'm sure I could throw you pretty damn far. I'm touched. Interesting. Are men talking to each other? We have to break them up. No, they did pretty good on their own, I think. We got a lot of people to talk to. I'll start with Clara. Hey there, pal. What you trying to talk about? Let's give you a drink first. She loves the copper bullet, so... You and Maria still playing chess? It's become a big fixture in library at the T Terrace on a boulevard where the weather's good, and even here sometimes. She's taking 4, sometimes even 5 minutes to beat me now. Getting better. I get bored pretty quickly anyway. It's generally as long as I want a game to go, you know? So, you and Maria... We're good buds. That's it. Oh, dang. I think that's all either of us need right now, you know? Not sure she likes me that way, and not sure how I feel about her either. Come on. Fine, you got me. She's cute as hell, and I feel like a daft clod around her. But I'm just happy to be around her. and she appreciates my friendship. That's more important than a silly old crush. For now, anyway. What are you gonna talk about? Oh, that's so sad. Because I kind of wanted them together. Even friend zone is a thing here, exactly. Do you recognize this? Sorry, I wouldn't know anything about that. Damn. Okay. Clever, I guess that's what they call street smarts, huh? Damn it, Clara. You're so useless. Sure they were stolen? Maybe he just lost his keys? Then how did he lock the shop? Then how did he lock up the shop? Clever cookie, aren't you? Heading home. That didn't help me at all. Hey, Maria. Let's make you a drink. Still, I can buy a spice in my drink if that's enough for you to work with. Okay, shoot. Yeah, the femme fatale. I forgot she liked that one a lot. There you go. We got a lot to ask. How was your trip? You're looking for a new job? Do you have feelings for me? Dang, just straight up ask that. I don't really care about her freaking life. Not gonna lie. Do you recognize this? Sorry, I wish I could help, but I don't really know anything about that. God dang it. Skis were stolen. Have access to the bar? That sounds bad. Should we be worried? Not sure. Learned a lot of couple self-defense lessons recently, but I guess the best way to keep this place safe is to keep our guard up. Agreed. Letters. All I can think of is the nightcap. I doubt they have any friends in common. And I don't imagine a person like Vincent having any ties to someone that would threaten a police officer. Are you sure the letter was actually for him? I haven't thought about that. So much happening in the city, and this place always feels like this. Oh, Charity says that normally. Okay. It was meant for me. Goodness, seems like it's dangerous trying to make a difference in Kobe. What if they found out they got the wrong person? The detective will protect you, right? Sure he will. I wish it would mean something to me because I don't know fine, we'll just ask something. How was your trip? So you looking for a new job? Have you been back to the T-Terrace? I have to tell you about that. When I heard about Vincent, it seemed so unimportant all of a sudden. But it was nice. Great, actually. It wasn't a vacation. I traveled to see him for a major chess tournament. It came with a sizable cash prize, of course, but more importantly, my performance there would determine whether I'd get the title of International Master or not. And, well, I won. I got it. Congratulations. Very happy. I feel like I'm finally back on the road to becoming Grand Master like I always wanted. Like we always wanted. I'm sure Alina would be proud of you. Hope so. I struggled to get back into chess. It was our thing. It was how we connected. Playing again, in the back of my mind, it always felt like I was betraying her a little. Like I was moving on without her. But then, it all clicked. I have to carry on the dream for both of us now. If I give up and let my moment slip away, I'm letting her down. You're right. Glad you agree. It all feels different now. The pressure used to make me crack, but now I'm not playing just for me anymore. When I feel the game slipping away, I can hear her in my head telling me which move to make, telling me I can do it. She's helping me to win. I mean, I know she's not really there, but all of our experiences, the memories, the love we felt, it will never fade. Happy for you. Thank you. Anyway, I'll stop rambling about chess, but thanks for listening to me. You can ramble at me anytime. It's getting late. Shouldn't mess up my sleep schedule again. Okay. Let's talk to Reese. I've returned. Good evening. Reese is a conundrum for sure. Poison drop. Absolute tolerance is a 7. I think he said something that's bitter. Maybe the orange daisy? Let's try that. Unusual. Okay. Oh my god, there's so much! What sort of drinks do you like? Go for something dark and sweet with a hint of bitterness and zest. Sounds like someone I know? Yeah, it's very droll. Do you recognize this? I recognize, but it appears well used. The bits of old tobacco caught in the hinges tell you as much. This is no replica, probably worth a pretty penny too. You believe you become the target of a criminal's ire? Come now, I'm sure your concoctions have not been that bad. For the record, that was a joke. Good one. How have things been at the Ravenborn Society? Have you found a new job? It's not even busy. Secret Ravenborn Society, do you mean? Sorry, I shouldn't have asked. I'm glad you respect my integrity. If you're really so curious, I suppose I should give you a tiny peek behind the curtain. After all, there has been a highly intriguing development. Oh? Louise recently finished a fascinating exploration in the afterlife and decided it was time to bring our studies of the arcane into the field, expanding the frontier of human understanding by parting the veil between the normal and paranormal with our own hands and reaching through into the treacherous unknown that lies beyond. What? She read a book about ghosts and figured it would be fun to hold a seance. Weird? As in speaking to the dead. Yes. Last week, Louise, Sebastian, Killian, and I gathered at the cemetery of St. Celia shortly before midnight. It's a very old, hallowed place, so we figured the spirits still reside there, had ample time to process their emotional baggage, and would therefore be less hostile. Once we found a suitably spooky spot, we drew a sacred circle, set candles, and lit incense to enhance our connection to the realm of spirits. Louise, acting as our medium, called out to the pale beyond, while the rest held hands, inquiring if there was a soul willing to speak to us, and lo and behold, something happened? Someone reached out to us. The pendulum began to swing, and the candles flickered. Once we established a connection, I pulled out the spirit board I had made for the occasion. Louise asked the spirit for a sign, a message. Go on, what happened? Well, nothing really. We didn't get anything that made sense, so our enthusiasm sort of fizzled out after that. It was quite cold sitting on the ground in the middle of the night, so we went home. It was my first time making a spirit board, so I'm not too disappointed. It was still a successful outing, all things considered. And besides, I'm not sure I believe in all that macabre stuff beyond the aesthetics. You didn't get anything at all? Nothing that makes sense to me. All I could really make out was Elliot! But there wasn't anyone buried with that name. We figured the spirit was probably trying to say hello, but bad connection. That's the dude's name, Elliot. Elliot was the guy who was accused of murdering the lady with the first case. In the first case, I think he ran away. What the fuck? Discussing details of stabbing reminds me of when we first met. Never thought that was going to be a recurring event in my life. Love a good moonlight. Okay, he's gonna leave. Yeah. Oh my god, though. Alright, Ilya. I want to make her something strong, though, you know? There you go. Do you recognize this? This means someone was able to enter the bar without you being here, doesn't it? Did Vincent have any spare keys in the basement? Only one, yours. The other he kept himself. I have the spare for Liberia. See. Damn. Okay. The case itself must be some sort of message the culprit intended for you to receive. There must be more to it. Perhaps it's a puzzle? Better be careful. I can't have the lock to the basement changed in Vincent's absence. I will, don't worry. Of course, Nightcap doesn't have a mailbox of its own, and anything intended for you would be delivered to Liberia. Must mean the culprit knows Hugo's partner works here, but not who the partner is. They must not visit it themselves. That's what I'll have to find out. Sounds credible to me. Vincent didn't exactly hide his wealth. His status was a point of pride. If only we knew whether any of his possessions were stolen. Police haven't shared anything with me. Information should not be held like this. There has to be another way. Going home. Elena, like, I don't know what the f is going on. Not gonna lie. Here. So it's as I thought. Our nemesis is toying with us, trying to intimidate you somehow. Cigarette case isn't much of a threat. You're right. It's possible they merely want to keep you on your toes. However, I suspect they think it will mean something to you. Or to the detective, perhaps. Alright, let's talk to Hugo, and then let's talk to Peter afterwards. Oh, shit. Let me make you a drink. 'Cause I don't need you to be in a bad mood right now. There you go. Okay. I got some stuff to show you. This message starting to look like there's a bigger picture here. Try to see what you can piece together. I did piece stuff together. So it is the same handwriting. Considering what happened to Vincent, it seems those weren't just idle threats after all. So you're in danger. I can take care of myself, don't worry about me. This doesn't add up. Why Vincent of all people? You're right. There's nothing connecting us besides this bar, unless there's something about him you and I are not aware of. Maybe I'll ask around. Oh. I'll admit I did consider this possibility, but I hoped it wasn't true. Sorry, I should never have dragged you into this. I'm your partner, we're in this together. Of course. If there was more I could do, but all measures of police protection I could offer will put Nightcap at risk of discovery. Try to be here as often as I can, but in the meantime, all we can do is try to catch this twisted individual. Do you recognize this? The forgotten cigarette case hardly seems cause for alarm. You must have quite a few smokers among your clientele. It was left for me on the bar. It's a little dramatic. Seems more likely to me that you found it while cleaning up and placed it here before leaving and simply forgot. Look more closely. Hugo seems unwilling to consider your words, but you can tell something has put him on edge. Fine, I'll piece it together myself. Why the hell would he act like that? I'm telling you, someone got in here. The case belonged to the culprit. You know something, don't you? I'm sorry. I really can't take this right now. Not when I'm having a good night for once. Hugo's being avoidant. Whatever he knows is a painful topic. Thankfully, everyone talks when they're angry and drunk. Even the detective. So I gotta get him drunk one of these days? That's crazy. Fuck. Evening, love. Ain't good. I don't like that at all. Why do you think they did it? Why do you think? To intimidate you, love. To let you know how easily they can get to you if you keep snooping. The cheeky bastard. If you ask me, you should drop this nonsense and let Mertens handle it. This isn't worth getting killed over. I have to do this. Should I hit on Peter? It's only right? By now, I don't know what you're talking about. I think you do, love. That state's expression is hard to read, but you can tell he's measuring his words carefully. Maybe you're right. But before I make a complete fool of myself, the real question is, do you feel it too? Do you feel the same? I do. Do look at that. All the rich, pretty folks in Bakobi are interested in me. You've got a terrible taste in men. Like a bit of danger. You really believe that, don't you? I'm always with you. Talking with you, it feels like I'm made of glass sometimes. Like you peer right into me, past all the horrible stuff I've done to you. Done for Carla. I don't know what you see in here that you find so damn compelling. Maybe you're seeing bits I didn't even know about myself. I won't lie, I've thought about leaping over this counter and having a taste of you at least once a night for a while now. But I can be patient. I can tell your mind is occupied. How about after all this is said and done, I'll come tapping on your window one night with a bottle of gin and we can see where the night takes us. I like that very much. Peter cracks the usual smooth, confident smile, but the twinkle in his eyes betrays his excitement. Looking forward to it, love. What about after that? What, you're already thinking long term? That's something I had the luxury for in my time of work. I happen to make it a regular thing. I already smoke, drink, and fight too much. I use a habit that won't kill me unless you're looking for a different kind of commitment. See, honestly, I feel the same way, but I'm a little out of my depth with these things. When you're something special, I don't want to mess this up. We can start with a fun night in the morning after. And if you still have me, we can have a proper conversation over breakfast. I'd like that. I don't want to threaten him. Especially not that I just got him in a good mood. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say, right? I didn't learn anything new. I did hit on Peter, though. That was fun. So I gotta work on getting Hugo drunk. Day 7. Almost halfway through, yo. Ooh, hey! It's what's her name? Effia, I think that's her name. And you're sure this is a true story? Absolutely, 100%. As credible as it sounds, the book was based on a series of real tragedies that befell the Rothers family. Even the part where the oldest son dies from heartbreak right after kissing his true love goodbye? I'll admit, that part did sound a little unrealistic. Yes, that actually happened. I believe she wore a lipstick made with peanut oil, to which he was deathly allergic. My, how perfectly macabre. Agreed. What about the part where his ghost is still seen haunting the moors to this day? Suppose that part may have been added for dramatic effect. Really? Misty Moors are a prime haunting location, so that's the one part I didn't doubt personally. The part where the youngest daughter's fiance is a shameless philanderer. She still agrees to marry him, though. I'm not sure if ghosts are real, Reese. They are. You learn something new every day. Certainly tried to make a habit of that, although I'm not sure if this counts. We got a lot of people to talk to. We need to talk to Wendy for sure. Oh my god. Peter's been showing up every day. I love that. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, dang. I don't know who we should talk to first. We gotta get something out of Wendy. I'm gonna ask predecessor for something at the bar. I'm sure she still knows her way around. Say hellos. little's changed here. I'm sure you dusted off the bottles at least. My predecessor? Look at all touchy now. You're not insecure, are you? Have you violating some sort of barkeeper code of honor by requesting a drink from someone else? Considering how often I see her here, I guess the two you had long since hashed things out. Who's she? What are you talking about? Sandra. You know, the previous bartender. The Martins dragged out of here in handcuffs, even though she... Sandra was the previous bartender? What? When he covers her mouth in mock surprise, her eyes flash with devious glee. Oh, you didn't know about that. I just made things really awkward. She never said anything. Honestly, dear, I don't know which part you're surprised about. Not Martin's behavior, I hope. He's a cop. What did you expect? And if it's her, I'm just surprised she got out of prison after only a year. I could tell she had a rough past from the way she kept her eye on everyone. Then again, she was a wily one. She could keep up with me all right. I felt bad for her after all was said and done. Anyway, seems the two of you have an interesting conversation ahead of you, don't you? I just love bringing people together. I'm sure you do. I thought that witch left already. Girl, I wish. She left, but she came back this chapter. If these are to be the last drinks you ever make, you'd better make them count. Drinks do you like? Something elegant, of course. White wine. White wine, perhaps. Okay. I can't stand Wendy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Do I have anything else? Something that's kind of strong? So the bitch who's been giving me tips about how to get information out of people was the previous bartender? I don't know how I feel about that. What is the decision you still have to make? Well, whether to stay or go, I suppose. It's probably rather obvious. You're not sure yet? No, the clientele in Lebestrom is hardly an improvement over Rodrigo Kobe, even if I'd be inhaling less lead and cigarette smoke on a daily basis. And as it turns out, it's much duller than the name would suggest. Duller place than the name would suggest. My family's definitely moving. Even the bottom of the ocean would have been an improvement over Rava. And I'd say Lebestrom is at least marginally more interesting than that. But I'm having a hard time deciding whether I'll join them or not. As boring as the city has become since Prohibition, I'd be saying goodbye to any chance of sparkling conversation if I leave here. And certainly to any chance of a sparkling cocktail. You'd miss me. Wendy purses her lips as she pretends to think about the answer, but quickly breaks into a playful smile. Maybe. You'd like that, wouldn't you? I'll admit, I've developed a bit of soft spot for you. Not like fruit when you bump it too often. It'd be hard to find someone of your skill in an idyllic little backwater like Lebestrom. So until I decide what to do, I suppose I'll drop here from time to time to give myself a reminder of what I'll be giving up. You're not going to ask me what you should do. No, why on Goddess's green earth would I do that? Do people usually ask their bartender for life advice? Surprisingly, yes. Why, it seems you're doing a public service here. Hope the police don't shut you down. It would be a heavy blow for needy and mentally unstable drinkers all across Bacobi. I hate this woman. I hate this woman so much. Do you recognize this? Can't fathom why you would ask me about this. Even if I cared, which I don't, why would I know anything? God dang it. They stole his keys? How brazen. I suppose Vincent is a man of some significance and no shortage of wealth. He must have a lot of valuables in his home. No lie, this culprit sounds smarter and more ambitious than your average mugger. Let's not compliment attempted murderers, okay? Can't fathom why you would ask me about this. Okay. I need to talk to, Elena. Because what the F, lady? Did hear that the Nightcap's first iteration shut down around the time Elliot Lynn was unmasked, but I never realized the two were so directly related. By the goddess Hugo, how could you? She's a patron here. Really? If she's the person I think she is, I never did catch her name, but she always struck me as a clever sort, a listener. Fear this might be the answer to our earlier question. See it too, don't you? Let's put the pieces together. That maybe she's the one who stabbed Vincent and left him alive? Fuck. You're a people watcher. How do you think? Her favorite? People watcher, huh? I guess you have a point there. Well, it doesn't take a detective to deduct that Hugo and Elena are both trying to figure out what happened to Vincent. They're not the only ones, bartender. Father Lacey's demeanor has lightened a little. Not exactly joining any late night sing-alongs, but he's perked up and he drinks for a radio show through the roof, too. No insight required there, she tells anyone who will listen. What about your friends? They're a little easier to read. They told me every thought that goes through their head. First, there's Clara. Very fond of her, I'm sure you know. She can be exasperating. I can barely keep up as she jumps from one idea to the other, but I enjoy trying. Then there's Ilya. I'm really enjoying our chats, although she sometimes chats at me rather than conversing with me. Oh, I don't mean to say the people in it are creepy. They're a bunch of social outcasts, sure. The pot kettle and all that. No, I mean, they love creepy fiction. Not sure gothic novels are Killian's bag. Novels in general, really. I don't think he'll be reading the books, but I'm glad to see him making new friends. Even if I suspect Reese has ulterior motives. I don't know Effia that well yet, but I've enjoyed our talks about literature. She's a bit of a closed book to me, ironically. She's starting to open up. She's another talented woman I could learn a lot from. There's plenty of them in Bacopi. Then of course there's Miss Bai. I feel like she smiles a little brighter now that she realizes I'm going to be okay. We're lucky to have her. She means a lot to me. She really is the cornerstone of this community. Along with you, of course. How are you, bartender? I have my ups and downs, but I'm keeping it together. That's why everything that's happened in this place is starting to feel like home. Glad to hear that. This place feels like home to any of us, and it does. That's thanks to you. You're right. I am a people watcher. I watch everyone in here, including you. Murders, threats, debt. I know you've been through it all, but you've made it this far in one piece. I feel a strange sense of finality lately. Like this is the end of a story, or maybe just the end of a chapter. However you look at it, this place, this wild ride we've been on with you, I'm glad I got to be a part of it. I feel the same. Okay. That was nice. End of a game. Yeah, that definitely solidified it for me that this is going to be the last case of the game. Yeah, no wonder they're never here at the same time. She must still be avoiding him. Really hope the same thing will ever happen to you, even if Hugo seems to have mellowed. Hope so. Sorry, I wish I could help. I don't really know anything. I know you don't. God dang it. Should I need more? So I gotta get Hugo drunk. That sucks. Haven't seen the priest in a while. He actually was here a couple days ago. Like, a couple days ago in the game. He doesn't drink as much anymore. He actually declined to drink. Also, was somebody at the door? Hang on one second. I'm pretty sure someone just delivered something. Or they were just soliciting. I have no idea. Okay, anyway. Hey, Ilya. How's things? Tell me something to keep my mind. There's a lot. What do you do? Take your mind off things. See, you've been making friends. Let's make her a drink first. Absolutely. Tolerance is not very high. So, an Eastern Ruby it is. I do want to try to make her something else. Like a femme fatale. But I don't think she'll like that too much. Let's make it anyway. Not sure if I like it. Well... Okay. Do you know about Sandra? Interesting, I want to take in her for a criminal. You know her? Only as a fellow customer. Spoken a few times here at the bar. She's always seemed wise and pleasantly down to earth. I guess looks can be deceiving. Tell me about it. I see you've been making friends. Yes, I suppose I have. It's funny, really. I was never any good at it before. People overwhelm me. For as many languages as I speak, it always feels like they're communicating in ways I'm just not tuned into. Even when I try, they treat me as something. I'm used to keeping to myself, and the anonymity of my work has made that very easy. My books are all I need. It was curiosity that made me come to the nightcap, but I've come to really enjoy it. Somehow, talking to others just feels less daunting here. Maybe it's the alcohol? It's possible. Okay. We're not gonna romance her at all. Hobbies. Not enough, it seems. Turns out my usual pastimes can only soothe me so much in a crisis like this. Even the books upstairs can't distract me from my worries. What are your usual pastimes? Nothing very adventurous. I play the clarinet. I enjoy walks in the park. I go swimming on Saturday mornings. Mostly I just enjoy reading. Never as happy as when I'm learning something new. Diving into a whole new world I don't understand yet. What about you? What's your favorite pastime besides mixing cocktails and breaking the law? I like music. Oh my god, there's so many things. Okay. I only enjoy mixing cocktails and breaking the law. Sorry. I enjoy reading. I like music. I enjoy creative hobbies. I like games. Let's talk to Effia, because we haven't spoken to her in eons. She walks to the bar confidently, waits for you to meet her gaze, and gives you a polite smile. Evening? Evening. Came to offer my respects, and to inquire after Vincent. I know he's gravely injured. We don't know if he'll make it. He stopped. I hope he'll be okay, and you as well. Not sure about that either. Well, from one survivor to another, no matter what happens, you will find a way through this. I believe that. Thanks. It's good people here. You got to build a community for hard days like this, and you've done that. Lean on them when you need to. The people who care about you will pick you back up when the world knocks you down. How about you mix me a drink so I can toast us both? A couple of survivors. What kind of drink would you like? Spicy? That's something you can manage? I want something tangy but not too fruity. Okay. Tangy but not fruity but also spicy, which doesn't tell me shit. Tangy, not okay. Tangy, spicy, but not sweet. I don't even know. Like, that's so stupid to me. Tangy, but not sweet. Maybe the copper? I should have known that something was wrong. Oh my god, why is it still unstable? Like, I really don't know, y'all, what makes the internet so freaking bad. Like, truly. It's just bad. It's just bad for the sake of being bad. It's weird. Looks like it's been out for a while and I don't know when exactly it stopped. So we figured out that Sandra was the Wi-Fi acting weird. Yeah, I just don't know what to like make it perform. We have a lot to talk to her about. I don't know when exactly it stopped, but I did talk to Effia, I talked to Maria, I talked to Reese. The only thing I learned new was from Wendy, and that's the fact that Sandra was the previous bartender. So what the hell? So you were the last bartender here. Found out about that, didn't you? And I thought I was sly. Yeah, I was the bartender. After the Prohibition, I was working in a cafe when Vincent spotted me. He was never a patron at my old bar in the Stacks, the Black Briar, but he sure remembered selling me the bartender's guide. I'll be honest, it seemed a foolish idea, even when he was proposing it, but the smell of alcohol and cigarettes, the cracking of the record player, the evening din, the cheerful clinking of ice cubes in the glass, same old patrons shuffling in to tell you about their day and being able to soak that all up. I missed it. All of it. I still do. So I agreed. And then, of course, it all went to shit as soon as that dirtbag weasel darkened my doorstep. Hugo. I should have been smarter than to believe a cop. He gave a good spiel about justice and protecting my community and all that. I was really taken in. I believed I could make it work, keep this place going. I think what stings the most is that I really did my best. I gathered evidence. I kept an eye out for my regulars. I sat face to face with a serial killer, and for what? Hugo was so busy plunging the knife in my back that he let Lynn get away. And what was my reward for being a good citizen? A year in prison and a black mark on my record. These streets feel strangely quiet. Oh, sorry. Do you know Peter? Do I know him? You seem to be on a first-name basis. He's a friend. Sandra smiles impishly and raises a eyebrow. See, I do know him, yes. I also know his reputation, so for the record, no, I'm not an associate of his. Suppose we do have history, though. He used to like my cocktails even before I learned to mix them properly. Or so he claimed. Pretty sure he just fancied me. Did you fancy him? I mean, I have eyes. I also have enough common sense to avoid dating a man who keeps a revolver in his glove box and dog treats in his coat pockets. Okay, but I gotta talk to you, because like, what the Okay, it's the same. I feel bad for her, I'm not gonna lie. I had a feeling that she was gonna be like a, red herring, though. Sounds dangerous. I hope you're being careful. Should go. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to, like, message me or something when, the stream drops, because it doesn't tell me when it drops. Like, on screen. Like, I'm gonna desperately need y'all to start messaging me. Sure have. You blame me? The broad's all legs. Well, do. You're not calling dibs, are you? You know each other. She made a mean cocktail back in the day. I didn't expect to see her here, though. She's been coming for a while now. Actually, no wonder you're so crafty, having a veteran around for help. Figure I'd better butter her up before she remembers I never paid my tab when Prohibition kicked in. Wish me luck. You're a real scoundrel, Peter. Yeah, he screwed her over all right. Thankless bastard. Can you imagine throwing a woman like that in the slammer? Do you think she may have wanted to take revenge? I don't think I like what you're implying, bartender. Who wants to cut that out right now? I don't know how I feel. Sandra Fisher. Born in 1893 as a resident of Bacovey and former owner of the bar Blackbriar on Strada Luca? Whatever. 1927, she was convicted of tax evasion, conspiracy, and operating illegal speakeasy violation of the Sorry Prohibition Act, leading to a 1-year sentence. I think that's what it says. She closed down in 1926 into a 1-year prison sentence. Okay. Very few, very few new clues. Yeah, I only have a certain amount of days left. I gotta get Hugo drunk though. Weirdly enough to say. We don't have a motive for her yet. And she didn't recognize the cigarette case, so it wasn't her. Which means, like, using deductive reasoning, I can only assume that the person who could have done it, who's probably behind it, is probably Elliot. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Alright, I'm gonna stream a bit longer. We'll do one more day. Because I hate the fact that the stream conked out. I don't even know how much content y'all missed out on. Killian and Maria talking. Well, I didn't see that one coming. Really? You didn't? Well, no, that's a lie. I knew your parents were sort of intense. That's certainly one way of putting it. I just can't believe that becoming a photographer was the straw that broke the camel's back, you know? After all the other stuff you pulled, I mean... I remember when you first joined me and Elena at the lounge. One of the girls at the bar warned me you stole a bottle of champagne. While out on a date with her friend, you bolted without paying the bill. Killian shifts awkwardly in his seat, his cheeks as salmon pink as his suit. I think it was just a Prosecco? I don't know. And Vincent told me you ran over a bunch of people's mailboxes on Strada Luca with your dad's radio card? Just the one measly mailbox, and maybe a small sapling. And didn't you get into a scuffle with a waiter at the Grand Bellagio for staining your dinner jacket? He dropped a bread roll on my gazpacho. Hey, let's just change the subject, okay? Alright. At least if it embarrasses you now, that means you've grown out of those kinds of antics. Of course, I'm not mortified. Goddess, no wonder you hate me so much if you know all this. I never hated you, Killian. I mean, I'll admit, I thought you were a bit of a bonehead at first, and a peacock. I'm afraid not even Reese would argue with you on that. I was just protective of Alina, maybe a little possessive too. I didn't want her to end up in a bad match, that's all. Sorry if I was a bit hostile at times. It's alright, it's all in the past. I'm sure we can put it behind us and focus on more positive things. Miss Bai told me about your big tournament. I never understood much about chess, despite Alina's best efforts to explain it. But I know how much this must mean to you, to both of you. So, congratulations. I'm sure Alina's proud of you. Thanks, Killian. You can be really sweet, you know that? I was glad to hear you found the right thing for you in the end, even if it wasn't chess or medicine. I really like the photos you showed me. You have a good eye. And I'm glad you're taking pictures of more than just blonde girls these days. Your portraits of Reese are stunning. Huh? Well, yes. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, I'm glad they're friends now. I need to get him drunk. I hate to say that. What's up, Hugo? I gotta get you pretty drunk. And I don't know what I gotta get you drunk with, but like... I guess the night count. We'll try. I said to get him drunk, so... slow things down and make better choices. No! What the hell? I need to talk to you, sir. The case belongs to the culprit. You know something, don't you? I do, yes. Never seen it before, but I know it's part of a matching set. Pretty sure the lighter that goes with it is currently stored in an evidence locker in the Bacobi Police Department. It once belonged to a man named Elliot Lynn. I know that name. The Bacobi killer. He was last active 2 years ago when he murdered 6 women around the boulevard. The killer does sound like a plausible suspect? I agree. But why attack Vincent and why threaten you? I couldn't tell you. Perhaps he thought Vincent was my new partner, not you? Hugo's brows furrow. You can tell his thoughts are racing, but he remains silent. Is there more he's not telling you? It's been a long day. What the fuck? Tell me more about Sandra. I don't know much about her as a person. We didn't exactly chit-chat while we were working together. All I know is what I read in her file. Thought she was just some bartender at first, but back then her record convinced me to take a chance on her. I figured her street smarts could come in handy. What has she done? Racketeering, smuggling, theft, the lot. She worked for King. Pretty big fish in Bacobi before Carla deposed him. King often relied on youths for that sort of thing. She was only 14 when she started. Only 14. Yeah, I can only imagine the kind of life she's led. From what I gathered, she was out of the game for 4 years or so before I met her. Took over a bar in the stacks. She got out? Yes, good timing, I reckon. She slipped out just before the King's goose got cooked. Perhaps one of Carla's men tipped her off. Lee had nothing major on her either. No substantial prison time. She got arrested a few times, of course, but there was never enough to hold her for long. A real slippery fish. Until she helped you. Yeah, so, like, we gotta talk, Hugo, because, like, what the She wants to where you are now, cleaning those same glasses, wiping that same bar top, helping the same detective. Yes. Were you going to do the same to me? You want the truth? When I first came here, I assumed that's how things would end. But something in you made me change my mind. I just couldn't do it. Sandra's background clouded my judgment. It made me see her as a criminal above all else. But you? Talent and passion had been criminalized overnight. The nightcap has proven invaluable to the people of this city. People need a place like this to come together. I've come to see that now. But you were going to. Yes. I wouldn't blame you if you don't trust me after this. But you asked for the truth. It is what it is. I told you what I know, bartender. Stop needling me. You tell the story as the sore subject. Perhaps someone else knows more about the killer like Lynn. Okay. We'll just talk. We'll talk another time. Maria. Maria, we gotta talk, my girl. We got to talk. Here, take your drink. talk about we're gonna talk about this. Elliot Lynn? Think he might be back? Afraid he might be. Oh, this is awful. I need to tell Clara. Pretty sure he chased her. If he's back in Bakovi, he may come after her again. I'm worried she'll get upset. Or worse, she'll do something really foolish. But I can't keep this from her. So much happening in the city, in this place, in the center. What have I missed? So Wagner's rather obliging for a criminal, isn't he? Guess no one is all bad. How ghastly. I don't recognize the handwriting, but they have good penmanship. Whoever sent this probably wasn't some brutish thug. Thanks. Teachers? I have, as expected. It was quite painful at first. I couldn't help but wince every time I saw our old table. But seeing the way Miss Bai's face lit up when she greeted me was incredibly comforting. The more we talked, the more my anxiety began to ebb away. She paid for the tickets for my last tournament, you know. That was kind of her. It was. Miss Bai is a very special woman. She's gone through a lot in her life, but she's never let it harden her heart. She always puts other people first. It's inspiring. And it is, indeed. Alright, Killian. You're probably the only other person who might have been close to frickin' Elliot. Luckily, your drink is not hard to make. And it's a 3. There you go. What drinks do you like? Something sparkly with a light rum. I have a lot to talk to you about, sir. Remember Tat Vincent left you a gift? Maybe it's a peace offering? Perhaps it was all an accident and they're trying to apologize? I don't think that's it, bro. Just try to be optimistic. Lynn? I remember him. Dour sort of fellow. He used to give Elena the creeps. It's still unnerving to think he was sitting there watching while we were all making merry. Gave me a real start when I saw his picture in the papers. Didn't he flee the country, though? Do you think he's back in Bakovi? It's starting to look that way. It's frightening. She probably warned Clara. I doubt she has much to fear. She could probably turn Lynn into mincemeat if he tried anything. But it's better to be safe than sorry, right? I will, thanks. Wait, she was arrested? That's why the bar was closed? Killian. Hey, I don't know. I thought maybe she'd become a cop or something. She was always asking us strange prying questions about Natalia. And Ted was sniffling around back then too. Can't believe she was telling the police about us. Who would do such a thing? Haha. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing, sir. Does this mean the nightcap has an enemy? We're not in danger for coming here, are we? Hope not. Why wouldn't the attacker just report this place to the authorities if they had a problem with it? Attacking someone on the doorstep feels like a very roundabout way of doing that. I think I'm missing something. How many do I have left? 1? Okay. Talking to Maria. Well, we're supposed to avoid each other here, wouldn't it? It would be tough to avoid each other here. I don't see the point in trying. We're never really friends. She was always right before Lena's affections. It feels silly. A little silly looking back. She's not so bad, really. And we're the 2 people who loved Lena the most. Maybe if things had been different, we could have supported one another. But we missed that chance. It's not too late to become friends. You're right. She does have her merits, I won't lie. She's probably the smartest person I know. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to buy her a drink. Go for it. I thought my phone went off or something, but it didn't. Lawrence Sullivan IV steps down into the bar, his expression serene. When he spots you, he gives you a brief nod and heads over. Evening, bartender. I won't be stopping you long. Just wanted to offer my thoughts in Paris to Vincent and let you know everyone at the... Okay, whatever. Thanks, Lawrence. Poor Vincent has been through a lot. Did you know I was friends with both him and his wife when we were young things? Not surprised? Yes, Flora was a charming lady. Vincent doted on her. Back in their youth, he was quite smitten. She loved scarves, you know. Bright, colorful ones. A warm-hearted lady who always felt it too cold in Sara. She wanted to be abroad with Vincent, but she was never quite well enough. Let's see. Back when he worked at his father's central offices, a young man, the shopkeepers on the boulevard, would put all their most colorful scarves on display in the window. They knew if Vincent saw them, he would buy them for Flora, no hesitation. When she passed away, I invited myself over for dinner one evening. We weren't close friends, but I was concerned for his well-being. I've never seen a human being so hollowed out. A hammer fell on his heart and smashed it to shards. He was a shell of a man. I remember looking for a clean glass to pour us some wine, and opening a cupboard to find boxes upon boxes of unopened scarves. He had simply never gotten around to giving them to her. Vincent loved deeply, and when he lost Flora, that love did not go away. Instead, it went out into the community in a million ways. He gave generously to everyone he could. Of course, he is not perfect. No one is. But still, the community he fostered cares deeply for him, as do his old friends, old and new. How are you doing? Me? Capital, dear friend. Are you working on something new? Indeed I am. A new work based on Bill Dunsgerman about a young man who aspires to greatness. Sounds interesting. Yes, indeed. I had asked an old writing partner to work with me on it. She was busy with some loftier project, so I have conscripted a young student writer to help me instead. My colleagues are skeptical that it will come together, but I remain confident. After Dalliance was cut short, I needed a new direction, and while I am keen to find you a new talent, I will be more careful when casting the play. But I've learned one lesson is that I must support my actors, and probably vet them more carefully too. Having trouble finding a decent props master, though. Perhaps I should not have let Reese slip away. Did not realize that work was quite so pivotal. I may have cast aside the best in the business. You know, I was thinking about Stavros' death. I can't help but think that maybe I need to do some things differently from now on. I think I should consider the well-being of my actors more carefully, especially young women. Within reason, of course. I still need to focus on the quality of the production first and foremost, but in future, I think I'll listen a little more. Glad to hear it. Anyway, I should be going. I don't expect to be back unless Vincent returns. I wouldn't like to be caught up in any scandal this place might experience, but I do hope it doesn't come to that. Best of luck. Elena. So Elliot's back. I remember him all right. It's the case I got Hugo's name in the papers. It was quite the ordeal. I don't find it at all hard to believe Lynn's been holding a grudge to this day. The Kobe speakeasy served him well until Hugo's investigation forced him to flee the country. An investigation held at this very bar, mind you. Lynn must have assumed Vincent was a part of the ploy. The BPD gave chase once they realized he'd slipped the net. Hugo made a good effort to track him too. Thinking out of the box was always one of his forte, invaluable in a manhunt like this. Through train ticket purchases and statements from the travelers and staff, they followed his movements all the way to Rusalka. Lynn was headed for Acacia, a small city where he had relatives. What happened? The trail went cold, of course. The flow of information between Sara and Rusalka was never great, but the last few years have been particularly tense. The BPD had to admit defeat. So he's still out there somewhere. It's starting to look like he may be out here somewhere, doesn't it? The only thing I don't understand is why he would come back. Why take that risk? Did something happen in Acacia to flush him out of hiding? We need more information. Time to do some research. Oh my god. That was a lot of reading. Whew. Hugo signs in frustration, but it seems he's too tired to stay angry at you. You never take no for an answer, do you? Always digging. It's almost like I'm a detective or something. You got me there. I was indeed on the Elliot Lynn case when he fled to escape arrest. I first hunted him at the Nightcap. Safe to say, that letter was indeed for Vincent. Lynn always struck around speakeasies. He must have believed the bar was a honeypot and Vincent was complicit in setting him up. The one thing I don't get is why come back? He got away. He was probably safe in Cassia. Our relationship with Rosalko was tense even then. It's only gotten worse. Why return to Bakobi? Maybe he wasn't safe anymore? Talk to you later, Hugo. Alright, let's talk to the stack and see if we have some new information. Alright, we got Cassia and Elliot. Elliot Lynn. Born in 1890 at Bakobi, was a registrar for Bakobi's Property Registry Office from 1922 to 1927. In November 1927, Lynn became a key suspect in the Bakobi Police Department's investigation of the Bakobi killer, a serial killer responsible for the murder of 6 women. Lynn fled the country in December 1927 when his identity as the Bakobi killer was revealed, leading to an extensive manhunt. As Lynn was able to flee to Rusalka, his current whereabouts are unknown, and he remains at large. Cassia is a rural locality and administrative center of the Taborov district in northern Rusalka. Please select a specific topic to learn more about Cassia. Okay. Population size. That's a lot. Okay, population size. According to the 1926 census, the population of Cassia is 2,107. Okay. History. Cassia was founded by settlers in 1645. The village was burned to the ground in 1750 by Goth invaders, but was rebuilt in 4 years. Cassia's first church was built in 1830, but was burned in 1858 after being struck by lightning. It was rebuilt in stone in 1864. During the Rusalkan Revolution in 1887, the church was burned to the ground. Oh, shit. It was burned to the ground by radicals. Rebuilding efforts started in 1903, but were halted due to the lack of funding. Weird. Crime. This is your backup operator, Eliza Clips. While our archives do contain articles pertaining to this locality, the majority are from Rusalkan sources that have never been requested for translation. A member of staff responsible for Rusalkan translation is currently unavailable. Unfortunately, I can't say with certainty when she will be back to process your request. I can't, however, give you this. The stack's printer spit out a stream of paper containing a series of articles, all written in acrylic. Seems you'll have to find your own translator. Fuck. It's awful. Okay. Maybe show it to him? Hey, what's up, Hugo? Can you read this? How clever, you might be onto something. Fortunately, I don't speak Rusalkan, but perhaps Miss Reyes Karenia can help us. Who? Well, who's Reyes Karenia? And if I'm supposed to know who that is, I don't remember who they are. Told you all I know about Elliot case. Okay, well. Clever move using that contraption in the corner. I don't speak any Rusalkan. Ilya might know. Oh, okay. Even talking to Clara. Indeed, I have. We spent many of our evenings in the same establishment these days. One becomes curious about one's fellow patrons. Why Clara? Why not? She's a bright and spunky young lady. Reminds me of a young someone. And her vernacular has charm. Where else am I going to learn what it means when youths call someone the big cheese? Vital information. It is to me. Investigators need to know a little bit about everything and everyone. And Clara's a good girl. A bit inelegant, perhaps, but her Joe Deviere is infectious. She's disarmingly down to earth as many blah blah blah. She told me about her martial arts, which I found most fascinating. Can only admire young women learning to defend herself. Especially in these times. Okay. Alright. We gotta talk to Ilya somehow. I know I said I'll do only like one more day, but I really want to like play more of this, to be frank. Alright, so we got definitely a few more clues here. I don't know what that is. Alright, let's try to connect some stuff. Probably this to this. No? Okay. This to this. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna connect it to everything, so. I just can't believe the might be Elliot. But why would he... But for real, though, why would he come back? That's weird to me. I'm just saying. We're on day 8, which we're halfway through the investigation. Well, halfway through the time frame given for it. Alright. Wish we knew what the case was about. Whatever the articles were. I don't think we're gonna really have any hits, but we'll see. Someone who has nice penmanship. Maybe Wendy is working with Lynn? Because I find it weird that she's back, but tipping us off about stuff. Like she's like deliberately causing trouble. It's weird, you know? Go out to the board and make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Not missing anything at all. Okay. Wait. I don't think I connected this thing. Yeah. Sorry. Missed out. I mean, I know it's probably not going to connect to anything. So I really got to talk to Ilya. I don't know why I say her name like that. I don't think it's Ilya. I think it's Ilya. Ilya. Alright. Hey, Gingy. Alright. Alright, there's that bitch, Wendy. Okay, so I don't know who to talk to first. We'll start with Ilya. Hey, Ilya. I forgot that was her last name, bro. How about a cocktail? There you go. Here's your favorite. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna need you to read this for me, please. Certainly come to the right person with this. Let's have a look. Ilya pushes up her glasses and begins poring over the printouts, whispering under her breath as she scans the articles. Gradually, her expression darkens. What is this? Is there anything relevant? Afraid so. There were 6 murders in Cassio over the past year, an unusually high amount for a city of that size. That's more than double the number of incidents recorded. Vladania, I don't know, whatever. All 3 blonde, all died of poisoning. The last murder was a foreigner found dead from a stab in the abdomen. His name was Elliot Lynn. Elliot's dead. Says the article he was found in a ditch by the road just outside the city after a passerby spotted his parked radio car. His wallet was untouched, but a letter was found tucked inside his waistcoat. Get your affairs in order. Exactly. It seems he chose to run instead. Not here no more. He's not here anymore. Oh, God. People, I didn't... Feelings. Well, yes, there are feelings for sure. What kind of feelings? So why didn't I think you have feelings for me? Do you? As a friend. Right. I agree. Glad we cleared that up. I didn't mean to select that last thing. That's why I went ahead. It was just like, no, I don't have feelings for you, girl. I'm sorry. Shit. I'm freaked out now. Okay. I don't want to romance her. The fuck? What's wrong with you, game? Alright, we got a lot to talk about, okay? Can't say I'm familiar with Lim besides what I read about him. Okay, I already know. He's dead, bro. God. Fine, I'll just ask you about your personal life. Any plans for the future? Bold of you to assume I have any. You seem a sensible woman. Race to laughter is warm and pleasant and slightly husky, just like her voice. I don't get the feeling she lets it out very often. For a moment, she simply studies your face. There's a twinkle in her eye when she speaks. Truth be told, I'm a little lost. Maybe I could use some advice from a friendly bartender? Lay it on me. Very well. Currently find myself at a crossroads, one where every path will take me away from something I love. But I just can't stay in this limbo indecision any longer. I held that hope for a long time, that the Prohibition Act would be repealed, that peace would be reestablished, and this rationing and overreach would come to an end. That hope is over. Every day, see up your guts. Defying the law, I'd have to move abroad. I'd have to leave Bakobi, my home. Alternatively, I could stay here. But given the dream and starting a new career, no more odd jobs and temporary contracts, lay my passion behind and make a new life for myself. Quite the conundrum. It is. So what do you say? What should I do? Stick with your passion, make a new home. Stick with your home, find a new passion. No decision has to be forever. True. I just reasoned it would be less painful to make one if I made it do it for me. But alas, I can't argue with that. Thanks anyway. You're a good listener. It's getting late. I should go back home. Yeah, you should. Oh my god, though. Elena. Elena, we got a problem, bro. Elliot's dead. Lynn was already dead? I didn't see that one coming. In that letter. It was no random killing by a local or the acts of vengeful family members of one of his resulting victims. Lynn's cigarette case ended up here on the bar. So whoever took him out has their eyes not just on Hugo, but on you as well. There must be something we're missing. Something about Lynn's case, perhaps? See what Hugo thinks. He's not here. I need to talk to Clara. Alright, Clara. So she's not in danger anymore. So... do I really have to be like, watch her back? You know? It's probably Wendy then. Have you heard about Elliot? That creep, what about him? He might be back on the case. Good. Good? Hear me, I'm not running away this time. I'm ready for that weirdo if he shows up again. And if Elena or one of you smart detective types don't catch him, he makes a move on me, I'll beat the crud out of him. Be careful. Oh well, thanks for the concern, but I have some big news. Got my purple belt. Congratulations. It's the 3rd highest ranking in Baritsu. Sifu says I'm the first woman in the district to reach grade 7. Can you believe that? Well done, Clara. I won't be the last woman who reaches that grade. I'm now a class assistant, and I even have my own student. You won't believe who it is. Tell me. Maria. I got tired of kicking her butt at chess, so now I can kick her butt for real. She really respects how I don't give up ever. So she asked if we could do something else together besides chess. Good for you two. Don't be too rough with her. She loves it, and she has good balance and decent technique. I mean, she ends up on her back an awful lot when she goes up against me. Obviously. I bet neither of you mind that. Huh? Oh, come on, bartender. Give me a break. Going red here. Don't tease me, alright? And Elliot? Look, I ain't gonna lie. That creep scares me real bad. But men like that, they're weak. They're bullies. All I can do is make myself a hard target. Keep my wits about me and stay strong enough to defend myself and the people I love. Sifu says the strongest branch bends in the wind, but doesn't break. I don't need to be the best fighter, or the best chess player, or the best any. He didn't recognize the thing. Let me put her mind at ease. He's dead? You okay? Fine. He was an evil man who's hurt a lot of innocent girls. I'm glad he's gone. Just wish I could have confronted him myself. Maybe that's foolish. I understand. Whew. Sorry about you. I wouldn't know. I know, you don't know anything. You're literally like Jon Snow, sorry. I know, you don't know anything. I don't really want to talk to Wendy, but we'll talk to frickin' Wendy. I want her to be pretty drunk, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta question her. Taking a risk by being here. Referring to the investigation of Mr. Flores stabbing, right? Wasn't sure if you heard. Of course. It's on the cover of every newspaper I've seen since returning to Bakobi. I was positively surprised to see the place has been sniffed out already. Vincey could not have picked a worse place to get his ticket punched, could he? God, it's your mean. Come on, I'm only kidding. It's awful what happened, of course. Hope the old man doesn't croak, and that you don't get arrested. It'd be awfully inconvenient if officers with truncheons burst in to ransack the place while I'm enjoying a drink. But I don't think a baroness has much to fear from this law in the city. When punishments are fine, crimes only exist for the poor. Aren't you lucky to know me? Are you saying you'd help me? Sure. He'd break you in half in prison. As if the Prohibition agents don't eat you alive before you even get there. Maybe that's part of why I still come here. Feel a strange urge to check in on you. How touching. Don't let it get to your head now. I know you're a feisty one, but you're going to need someone to post your bail when this place gets busted. And I don't imagine any of your less fortunate patrons are going to step up and do it for you. So it may as well be me. What is money for, if not security? And I have all the money I could ever want now. If I'm not spending it yet on another pair of earrings, I may as well spend it on people I like. And that happens to include you, I suppose. I don't want your money. Suit yourself. You mean the robber didn't steal your watered down rum? Also, y'all, this game is starting to piss me off. Like, I really don't know what more I need to disconnect at this point. So weird. Okay. I think I just bought a little bit more time. About time someone bumped him off, if you ask me, and I imagine he turned over a new leaf. I'm afraid not. And good riddance. I hope his demise was drawn out and painful. Oh, thanks, Marco, for putting the link in the chat. I'll get there in a second. Can't fathom why you asked me about this. Even if I cared, which I don't, why would I know anything? Yes, a real fox, that one. Probably has a criminal record longer than the Holy Book. She can make a damn good cocktail, though. It's a crying shame when he screwed her over. I couldn't get a decent poison drop anywhere for months. Drunk enough to sleep without my conscience disturbing my dreams. She'll bid you good evening. Okay. I'm gonna try to talk to Peter real quick. Hey, Peter. Got 4 things to ask him, or at least to talk to him about. I really don't want to have to put the parts together, but I'm gonna have to. Telling me that freak is behind this? I should have ripped him apart like tissue paper when I had the chance. Creepy bastard. Makes sense he'd hate Fleur. This place was the trap that almost caught him. Interesting he's not poisoning folk anymore. Stepped up to use a man's weapon. So he ran to Rusalka, did he? Probably a clever move at the time. Less so now, or the war's coming. Maybe that's why he finally came back. Okay, why would I know anything about that? Just figured I'd check. He's dead? Hmm. I'm glad someone gave that sack of shit what he deserved. Whoever did it probably saved more innocent broads than the cops ever did. Should be off. Okay. He's gonna leave now. I talked to her already. Okay. Game's got me so flustered now. Anything new? No, nothing new. Okay. I will end the day, and then we'll try to connect some clues together, I guess. Alright, well, he's dead, so... But whoever it is offed Elliot, too, so... Thanks, Stream Elements, I guess. Hopefully I'll be able to stream again on Saturday. I'm really weary about the fact that I don't have a lot of connections so far. I just know that Elliot came back and he's not the culprit. Because he was killed in Rusalka. So, I don't know. Okay. Alright. Okay. Should I start a new day? Nah, I think I think I'll just save it here. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a pretty lengthy stream. Like 3 hours. Pretty sure it was over 3 hours. I don't know what I'm gonna do because the stream conking out seems to be a recurrence, at least for these last like 3 or 4 sessions. Anything that seems like it's longer than like 2 hours, it just kind of gives up. Excuse me, the game just like, not the game, but the Wi-Fi just kind of gives up, and it's like, oh, well, you know, like, it could be better, but like, you're just gonna be SOL, so, I don't know. Maybe I should start putting a cap. I know the time frame I usually have is like 3 hour increments, but the way these streams are going, I probably won't even be able to stream for 3 hours anymore. I'm gonna be honest, like, it might have to just be 2. Because if I'm gonna run into Wi-Fi issues after like 2 hours for streaming anyway, then maybe the next couple of years are gonna be kind of rough. Like, I really hate that though, because I wanted to be able to stream for longer periods of time, or like kind of as long as I wanted to, but I truly don't know what affects the Wi-Fi signal and why it just like drops the stream. And it's like I have to like keep adjusting the router, like what devices are connected to it and stuff, and that's usually what like causes it to just like go out. Like once it's past like 4 devices, maybe 5, that's when it starts to struggle. And for the life of me, I don't understand, because again, 2 cell phones, 2 computers, a laptop, a desktop, and a PS5, to me, shouldn't take up a lot of bandwidth. Like, it's weird to me, but I really don't know. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I don't know who the hell it is who took out Vincent. It could be Wendy for all we know at this point, because she actually is here. But I feel like she's also a red herring. It's weird. Sandra might be a red herring, and then Elliot was also a red herring as well. but like, why would someone, who would know about the fuck, what's the thing called? The lighter, and find the matching cigarette case that Lynn had and put it on the counter. Like, and it's so weird too that whoever the person was, whoever the person is that's going after the current bartender, it has to be somebody in a higher position. Like someone who was accused or something and had it out for the bartender. Maybe something to do with the last case specifically, because Bjorn was going to get arrested, or because he did get arrested and we couldn't free him or something. I don't know. Like, I get why Hugo, Vincent, and the bartender would be considered suspects, or not suspects, but to have targets on their backs. But I don't understand, especially if it's somebody that we've already encountered. I don't know, y'all. But yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties. I really do apologize. I wish there was more I could do, but I can't. I do think that I might have to start decreasing the stream lengths to only like 2 hours. Oh, there it is again. Anyways, I will see y'all in the next one, because it's definitely about to go out soon. I'll see y'all in part 10, probably on Saturday. Again, probably only for 2 hours. So have a good evening, eat something good. This part won't be on YouTube until maybe Saturday. But yeah, I'll see y'all session 10. Annyeong.